Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wichita Heights Stadium for tonight's matchup between the visiting Wichita East Blue Aces and your home team tonight, the Heights Falcons. I am Mr. Matt Kelly, teacher here at Heights, video production teacher as well. And with me I have Mitch Kuchera. Did I say that right, Mitch?
It's Kuchera.
Kuchera.
It's Kuchera.
All right.
That's all right. It's spelled way different than it sounds, so I get it. I've heard as many different variations as possible. I'm actually a teacher at North, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing the games so much last week that I had to come back this next week and work with you again.
Well, I do appreciate it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But right now we're going to start off. We've got senior night here in about a little less than 10 minutes, but we're going to show some highlights from last week. And so here's the highlights. This will be the first quarter from last week's game. And we're going to take that off, and we're going to play this. Welcome to Wichita Heights Stadium. We got a great matchup tonight between the home North High Redskins and the visiting Wichita Heights Falcons. This is considered their flex formation, and they're going to run a little bit of toss outside to number five, John Randall, and he is one heck of an athlete, and he's taking it to the house on the very first play. No flags on the play, gain of about 56 yards for him, and a score already. A lot of times they'll go double slot, double receiver, but they're going to run slot, tight end, and they're just going to give it to the fullback up the middle, run a little bit of belly play, and he's going to outrace them all.
When you said fullback, I have to ask. Okay, we have Dingle keeps it up the middle, breaking tackles.
And Dingle's going to score a little midline right there, kept it on the keeper, and he went for about 25 on that play. Had a touchdown pass. And they're going to go right back to it with a slant for Chase Harris. So they ran a little slant. That's a nice little play right there for DJ.
That is hard to defend because he was able to put that right in the gap.
What was that, about a 10-yard pass right there?
I believe so.
Heights is going to get 5 yards back now, making it 1st and 20, and we actually have some time left. Or is there? We're going to have one on time down? Okay.
Yep.
Since it was a
penalty
defensive play.
Versus penalty.
And they're going to give
it's
counter.
The cross buck counter.
So that was John Randall right there with another carry. Number 5, he went for 50, so he has two touches. So there was the first quarter highlights, and we'll just go right into the second quarter highlights right now. Maybe they'll try. It seemed like the last couple times they've been in that trip formation, they have rolled it out, but they're just going to try a quick little pass to the outside slot receiver. Pretty good block right there by Caden Clausen.
All right, and tackle from behind by Tion Hicks. That was almost to do this.
There's a little zip motion there to the corner, and John Randall's just going to kind of walk into the end zone right there for about a 10-yard gain for him. We got a flag on the play?
No, we had one of our defense. So we'll see what he has dialed up for these guys. And a snap over the head into the end zone. What's Wassel going to do? He goes down, and it's going to be a safety. Minimize the damage. That's what you got to do. That's a very smart play by a young player and a sophomore. Minimize the damage, only give up 2 points.
To come up and help. And what a heck of a return right here. Jaden Hamilton, he's going to take it. Did he take it all the way?
He scores. Yes, he does.
I think that he got that about the 40-yard line back there, so that was a.
Well, and it was a kick after a safety. So what you can do is either punt.
Yes.
Or you can kick it off a tee from the 20, which is what they chose. They kick it off the tee from the 20. You can choose to do either. Some people like to punt.
Starters, offensive linemen. I don't think I have.
I'm
getting
starters.
to them. But it's like they score so fast, like right there again. So that's number 3, R.J. Richard with another touchdown. He had that was about 32 yards for a touchdown, and that's his second touchdown. He's got 100 and
1st and 10 with a doubles. Okay, now
going
they're stretching
long.
Vertically and intercepted by Heights.
There's number 9 right there. I believe that's Jaden Hamilton.
All right, Mitch.
So Jaden Hamilton has a couple Oh, no, he's just been playing some defense. I thought maybe he had a long run earlier, but and that was the halftime score there, 58-0 last week against North. And we've got actually just one more quarter of highlights. There really wasn't anything going on in the fourth quarter because it just happened so fast. So here are the third quarter highlights of last week's game. They're going to go with no back right here, so a little bit of, well, 2 slots, but no fullback back there, so almost like a no-look play. And they're just going to give toss to Randall on the outside edge.
Toss with and
he's going to go.
Bevy of Redskins are within, and he might beat them to the edge. I think he's got it.
That was from the 12-yard line.
That's an 88-yard run on rocket toss.
So plus 88 for John Randall. Guy, he does not want to embarrass anybody, but he's going to let his kids play. And then there's a touchdown.
And
did he get in?
They said he got in.
He
before
got
the
in.
Fumble.
So touchdown there at 0 hour at 7 o'clock in the morning. So he gets after a little bit. Perfect.
And that
10
is
for 10.
10 for 10. All right, and that was the highlights from last week's matchup against North. We have senior night coming up soon, so hold tight. And the show will start in a few minutes.
All right, 6:35 is supposed to start the senior night, so we'll hopefully those we're going to turn up our mics for the outside noise and try to get the announcers. Coach Joe Auer is our announcer tonight, so he's still around coaching and teaching, and there he is right there. So we'll turn off and let him do the introductions for senior night.
At this time, we would like to honor the class of 2020. Our players and their families. Starting with number 4, Jalen Hanks. escorted by Jennifer Richardson. Number 8, Davion Ware, escorted by Billy Ware, Felicia Ware, and Janice Ware. Number 13, Elijah Mosley, escorted by Isaiah Mosley. Number 21, Javon Martin, escorted by Letitia Martin and Deborah Martin. Number 41, Kendrick Whitlock, escorted by Howard Ransom and Aretha Ransom. Number 52, Dylan Depperschmidt, escorted by Dave Depperschmidt, Janet Depperschmidt, Ryan Depperschmidt, and Tyler Depperschmidt. Number 53, Guy and Todd, escorted by Judy Foster. Number 55, McKee Webb, escorted by Lamont Webb, Dana Webb, and Monterey Webb. Zakia Ansar, number 53, escorted by Salih and Saruko Ansar. Number 60, Aaron Meir, escorted by Brittany Clyde. Number 64, Adam Orth, escorted by Aaron Orth and Tony Orth. Number 81, Marion Wilkins, escorted by J.P. Wilkins and Nikki Wilkins. Number 86, Jimmy Clark, introduced by LaToya Adams, Jahani Clark, Tajay Adams, and Aliga Adams. Your 2020 senior football players. Now we'd like to introduce our senior Tommy, Kate Hardy, escorted by Ann Hardy and Dan Hardy. Morgan Mandriguez, escorted by Jennifer Armstrong and Al Mandriguez. Your 2020 senior Tommy.
All right, that was our senior night for the football players and the 2 dancers. Now at this time, we're going to switch over. We got some other seniors for some fall sports, and we'll show that right now.
We'd like to thank all of our seniors and their families for all of their dedication and hard work to our soccer program. We wish you great success with this season. Thank you.
All right, Mitch. Well, that was it for senior night. We got a little bit of time before we do the national anthem, so we've got quite a bit of time before we actually get to that. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about the matchup. Right now, the Heights Falcons are 2-0 at this time, and the East Blue Aces are 2-0 as well.
Yes.
So it's going to be an interesting game with this. The last time these two teams have played was back in 2015.
Yes, and it's actually 5 years to the day from right now. October 2nd, 2015 was the last time these guys played. Heights ended up winning that game 41-7. I will say this is a different East team.
Yeah.
They only won one game that year. But
What's their scores of their first two games so far that they've had? Do you remember that one?
Yes, they. Let's see, I have it here.
Heights won the first game this season against Wichita West 17-7, and then last week beating North 72-0. So.
And then they share North because week one East High beat North 80-0.
Yes.
They set a school record for points scored and for a point differential. And then they had the open week to rest up and get ready for South, which they beat them 54-0. So one of the big things is they can score points, and they have shown that they can keep people off the scoreboard.
Very athletic team that we've seen so far, and they've got good size. The last time we did some research today, I did some research on kpreps.com, and K-Preps went all the way back to 2008, and since 2008, Heights played East 8 times between 2008 and 2015, and Heights is 7-1 against them, and so it might be a little bit of favor towards Heights. We'll see how it goes tonight. But the last time that East did beat Heights was the first year that I could go all the way back in 2008. East beat Heights 28-21. So that was kind of interesting fact right there that we found on that. But looking back to last year, Heights and East did not play last year. Wichita Heights was 3-6, lost the first 3 games of the season to May South, Bishop Carroll, Dodge City, then had 3 straight wins against Wichita North, Southeast, and South, and then ended up losing the last 3 games, Northwest, Capon, and Great Bend. And but East, they had a very successful season last year. Tell us about that.
They were 5-4. They went on the road to Goddard to start. Lost that one, and it was close. I mean, it was closer than the final score. We even saw a good highlight last year, and with a 34-22 loss. Then they went and played Northwest, and then all of a sudden something clicked, and they had a 5-game winning streak between Capon, South, North, Liberal, and Southeast. They ran into Wichita West the last game of the year.
Oh, and then
what? Yeah. The crazy thing about our Week 9 system in Kansas is sometimes we end up playing the same team that we played maybe earlier in the season, but these guys actually played West again the next week. They lost the first matchup 14-28. The next one was much closer. Nail biter is 6-9. So 5-4 on a team that with Coach Akpan has been good in building the program over the last few years. Last year was 5-4, first winning season in a long time.
Well, looking that back, I went back and got some. We have some stats here for Heights. I asked the coaches about, and they actually had a category for record versus opponents. And right now, overall, in the history of Heights High School, we have played East High 48 times, and it's 23-25 record. So that's kind of an interesting fact that East still has the winning record against Heights, even though since 1999, when Coach Wheeler took over, Heights is actually 12-2 against East.
Okay, well, it has been in the favor recently, but if you remember, or just know that East High is the oldest high school in the city. They had some great years in the mid-'80s and the '70s where they won some state championships. I got to hear a lot of good stories from some old East Side players that played in those '80s years, the glory years. So they were pretty good. They had a slump for I want to say a slump for a couple decades, but it looks like it's trending in the right direction.
Well, we'll see how this goes tonight. N.A. Ockpin, this is his second year as coach right there. You can kind of, I don't know if we can get maybe a close-up shot of Coach Ackpin there in the black jumper there in the middle. There's Coach Ackpin right there. This is his second year playing or coaching for. Is it his third year? So yeah. Third year for the East High Blue Aces, and really have done a pretty good job with their team. And like I said, had a winning season last year, and right now they're 2-0, looking pretty good. And one thing that he's done. He has brought a lot of excitement and a lot of pride with those players, and I've seen him doing those things. So it's going to be a heck of a matchup.
Oh yeah, he is. And what I got is I have him as 10-10 right now as a head coach.
Well,
yeah. Maybe it's fourth year, but I look at the historical rosters through K-Preps. I requested some information.
There you go.
East, but I didn't.
Right. We reached out to East and tried to get some starting lineups and stuff like that, and they didn't respond. So we do have height stuff. And here's right now there's Coach Dingle right there. He's got his team. There's a good shot of Coach Dingle. There it is right there. He's getting his team together before the game and going to have a word with them. But Coach Dingle currently, I believe he is 7-11 overall as his record at heights. So he's getting close to being over the 500 mark. This is his third year, and should be interesting to see what happens tonight. And we're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we'll get going to that.
And our contest will be between our guests and East High Blue and our Wichita High Falcons. This is led by head coach, our Falcons are led by head coach Dominic Dingle. Presenting the colors this evening, the Heart JROTC. Today, Ethan Meyer, Jacob Berry, Dwight Meir, and Quincy MacArthur. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you all rise and remove color as we celebrate our great national anthem.
And there we are for the national anthem. The JRTC led by Mr. Yeager. He was down there earlier with them, and he set those guys up. And now Mr. Yeager's over on the sideline running the chains on the visitor side. So we've got a couple Heights teachers over there running the chains on this side, on the opposite side, and looks like they've got all seniors. All the seniors are lined up for probably the coin toss, but I believe they can only send probably one out there for the actual coin toss. So we'll see how who's going to get it kicked off, and
I think that's the protocol right now. You're going to have one person go out for the coin toss. For East, it looks like you have wide receiver number 3, AJ King. East High fans, forgive me a little bit. I'm going to be trying to look at the numbers, but that baby blue on white is not a good thing for these old eyes to try to see. So I'm going to do my best to identify numbers tonight.
Right, and out there for the Falcons is number 52, Dylan Depperschmidt, O-line, D-line seniors. And, it is so difficult to see the East High numbers. So, I don't know. It's really easy to see the white numbers on the black jerseys. That's nice and easily seen. But the Heights has the numbers on the shoulders. I can't even see if East has numbers on their shoulders at all.
I think they do, but
I'm looking. We have a close-up view. I don't know if we can get a close-up view. Dalton Dalton is running our camera. We got Justin running the camera. We got Caleb running our overload scoreboard, and we got Miss Doyle back here helping us out, switching between the two views. So. First time for some people, but it's a good learning experience. We do have a couple students here and then a couple adults that are helping us out tonight to put this production on for you. So I hope it goes well. There's the special teams getting ready to go down there for the Falcons on this side, and the opposite side you see there in the top of your screen. Coach Akpin is getting his special teams ready to go on that end right there, and looks like we're going to be kicking off from the 40-yard line going south. So left to right, they're going to be heading to the south, kicking off, and we'll see what happens with this one here.
It looks like I believe East High is going to get the opening kickoff, if I remember right.
Yeah, we've got, I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's kind of I was like, what is that noise? And I keep hearing this noise out there. I don't know if we can get a shot of maybe the tractor. But there's a tractor going way up over there. There you go, the dust from the tractor. And it was just bothering me. I'm like, what is that noise? I thought it was some feedback or something like that. But we're that close to the outer limits of Wichita here tonight.
All right, back deep we have, looks like A.J. King, number 3. And I want to say this, he's a starting wide receiver. He's a stud. And number 9, Marion Pons, I believe, DB running back. Both seniors back there. A lot of experience back. We'll see if Clausen kicks to him and lets this thing go.
Caden Clausen was 10 for 10 on extra points last week. Had a couple of touchbacks going the other way. Kicking into a little bit of a breeze. We'll see where it's at, but a nice high kick, taking it about the 6-yard line.
It looks like it's Pons. And Pons finds a crease and makes it all the way up to the 30, looks like the 32-yard line, but he got hit hard.
Well, hit hard by middle linebacker number 21, Javon Martin for the Falcons. He's been their leading tackler this season so far. You're going to see him for sure. Starting defense for the Falcons is at end, 81, Amarion Wilkins, Shamon Webb at tackle, Uzziah Harris at nose, and Jaden Caldwell up front. And East is running it quickly, so we won't get to too many starters for Heights right now.
Okay, they have looks like a double set with a gun look with the running back to the right. Oh, flips to the other side. It looks like we have our starting quarterback. It looks like they're running a little power read. I don't know. Did you see a pull there?
I did not see a pull right there. Tackle made by number 13, Elijah Mosley.
Yeah.
He's their second leading tackler. But linebackers for the Falcons is middle linebacker Javon Martin, number 21, Isaiah Yadua, number 30, and Jalen Hanks at the strong safety spot at number 4.
Okay, and that run was by freshman quarterback Mitchell. And he just hands the ball off. It looked like a zone play, but I didn't see a read. Given to their starting running back, Jamarion Nelson, who's a junior, and it looks like he's able to move the chain. They're getting signaled from the sideline, so it's going to be fast.
It's happening fast. I believe that tackle right there was by number 44, Jaden Caldwell.
All right, they do a stack trip to the boundary with a single receiver on one side. It looked like they were going to do a hard count to see what Heights' defense, how they're going to align to the stack over to the right.
That's
Mitchell looking over.
just
and
a quick
Mitchell-
little screen right there, trying to
screen
on
over
first down.
Yep, it's what they did is they counted.
And a penalty here. I saw the flag go up. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We'll see.
So number 5, Kekoy Patterson was the receiver on that, and I'm a little behind on my stats.
Looks like a face mask on Heights. So I couldn't tell who got there. Or illegal hands to the face, maybe.
So that moves it. Well, it moves 5 yards. We'll get better. 2-yard gain, and then they get help with the penalty there. I don't know if that's confusion or planned, but running back, and it's just a sweep to the right for
number one,
Jamarion Nelson, and he gains what looks to be about 7 yards.
Picking up another first down for the Blue Aces. Just shoved out of bounds over there by number 9, Jaden Hamilton, kind of tapping him out of bounds. But right now, East is moving it quickly. You'll notice that what they do is they line up quick to get a call from the sideline. I don't know if I saw it earlier in one of the plays. There's a coach in the top right corner of your screen, kind of behind the logo, but he's giving them the plays, giving them the formations.
Yep. And you have a quads look now to the boundary. What they're doing is they're just counting and telling. So he throws it out, and that's kind of, I think it's a backwards pass over to Nelson for another gain of about 5.
Tackle made by Adrian Patterson, his first tackle of the night.
So I'm going to give that's a rushing stat right there. I think he threw it backwards.
Yeah, it is. When you got quads or you got trips over there, I mean, a stack look, you can almost tell he's right behind the quarterback, so he's throwing it backwards. Here's just kind of a double stack look.
Yep, and they then just run a little zone up front and with Nelson again, and he gets another 5 yards.
Yeah, Javon Martin had the tackle made in the backfield, but spun away from it, and then Amarion Wilkins made the final stop for the Falcons right there, picking up his first tackle. I'm gonna try to keep some stats for tackles tonight and see how we do.
All right, so we actually have a brand new formation. We have doubles to the boundary with 2 running backs. I mean,
they're gonna throw it,
and they saw something they like, getting the ball over to what was that, number 10? 11?
No, 10.
10,
yep.
To Dalen Jones. They saw something they liked over there for another gain.
Tackle made by number 7, Jaden Okuro. His first tackle of the game.
One thing I like, and I like to be unbiased, but I do like the O-line play that's happening right now for East because they're just coming forward and coming off the ball. It looks like they're running a little match zone up front, double teaming where you can.
What was different right there, I mean, the linemen were already lined up, and then all the backs got together and tried to get it. There's a sack right there for the Falcons.
And Mitchell goes down for a loss of about 4.
That's number 55, Shamon Webb, and number 81.
It looked like they were
Marion Wilkins with the kind of half sack right there.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like they were running a little bit of a complicated pattern with their trips to that side. You had a wheel route that I think he was wanting to go for.
Yep.
And you had 2 clear out rights from the other receiver. So, all right, we have doubles. We're about in the middle of the field.
Brings up about 2nd and 15 right here for the Blue Aces. And a penalty.
That's just a sweep, but a penalty at that point.
Probably a offsides or false start maybe. Maybe they didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage called.
I want to say it's probably an illegal formation.
Okay.
If I know football, and I think I do, you're either going to have an offsides or legal formation.
Here's a good shot right there of the official.
And it looks like if there was a penalty, they declined it. No, they're asking Coach Dingle, and he just declined the penalty because he's just going to take the loss on the play because that's a loss of 5 for Nelson.
False start, penalty, and the official declines it.
Okay, and East is back on
that
the
should
ball.
Be 3rd. There we go. They just changed it on the sticks up top.
Yep.
And here's the thing again. All linemen they don't even know what the play is, and they're in the backfield calls the huddle, so they're probably just straight pass blocking. I'm sure there's some type of run pass kind of signal. They just know it's a pass, and they're just blocking straight up, man-to-man, blocking up front.
Right. And he got trouble, and this guy is good. This is a young quarterback in
he's a freshman?
He is a freshman. Mitchell is a freshman, and he just made he made a good decision. He got what he can. He made 10 yards there. Last week, first drive, he had a similar situation and took 180 yards. So
yeah. Well, that tackle right there is by Elijah Mosley. That's his second tackle. There's a good look at the offensive linemen up front. We got a good, nice, tight view of those big guys up front.
I'm gonna try to get some numbers.
There's 75 was the center. I did see that one. It's so hard to see those the light gray numbers.
Well, I have 4 out of the 5 starters identified.
Going deep, little push off, a little too much.
And he goes a little bit over on a 4th down attempt.
So Heights holds on that. I mean, East had a pretty good drive right there. I mean, we got 6:51 left in the first quarter. So East took a lot of time off the clock, and now Heights has got to respond if they want to take this lead. We knew it was going to be a great game between these two undefeated teams at 2-0 right now. And we'll see what the Heights Falcons have coming up here for the East High Blue Aces.
Well, and I saw them week 1, and this is a completely different offense. I'll be honest with you. It's a completely different offense. They have improved in a week or 2 weeks. They're running a 4-4.
There was a little downhill play for, I believe that's John Randall,
and then you have
number 5.
Tackle by, it looks like I want to say that's number 4. Yeah, number 4 DB, I'm going to butcher this name, Toby Asunami. But he came down hard and was able to go. Second down play, only for about 3 yards. It's tackled by a gaggle of East High players.
I was looking at something else. Did you see who carried that for the Falcons there?
I did not.
Okay. Now, one thing that Heights is trying to do a little bit tonight, they're going to try to go speed up tempo as well. They've got some no-huddle stuff. They got some signs. They've got some wristbands that they're trying this week. And right there, there's just a little bit of motion that they're trying to get that defense to jump. And Coach Jared Add is calling the play down there. He's calling something on the wristband. You can see them all look, and then they're going to try to come up with a play and get the first down here, giving it right back to John Randall on the ISO right up the middle.
It looks like we had a tackle made by number 26. Number 26 is Adam Afay. He's a senior defensive back. If you take a look at East High's defense, they have totally changed. They're typically in a 4-2-5 look. Right now they're sitting in about a 4-4 look, which puts 8 people in the box. Your corners are going to play tight. They're going to try to attack this offense a lot differently than they do anything else.
There's R.J. Richard with the carry. They're starting fullback. He picks up his first carry for about, what are they going to give him? About 5 yards right there for R.J. Richard. In the backfield, starting a quarterback for the Falcons, head coach son, DJ Dingle. At fullback, R.J. Richard just carried, and the slot backs, Adrian Patterson and John Randall.
All right, I'm still trying to find.
No, the numbers are almost impossible to see. We're going to do our best. There's a little veer right there, and DJ's going to keep it.
And he gets kind of escorted out by number 24.
Good read right there. Pickup of
Joseph Gianal, senior DB.
About we're going to call 15 yards there for DJ. Just a little veer play.
And it looks like Coach Akpan is going to go ahead and call a timeout to try to recenter his guys.
All right, there's a good shot of the cheerleaders tonight. This is our first home game. We had the game on the road last week, but we were here, and we didn't get a good shot of the Heights cheerleaders because they were on the opposite side. And So we've got, do we call a timeout, Mitch? I was looking at something out.
East High called a timeout.
East called timeout,
it looked
okay.
like they needed to recenter their D, put a little coaching points to try to just figure out this offense. We talked a lot last week about how hard it is to game plan. Between last week and this week, we've seen two totally different style of defenses to try to attack this offense.
Well, East is doing what they can by loading the box as best you can, but this offense is about going at people in the box and reading their mistakes and stuff like that. And that's exactly what happened last time. It's basically a fullback off tackle play, and the quarterback is reading the defensive end. They don't block the defensive end, and they're reading him. Does he come down and take the fullback? If he does, which he did, the quarterback keeps it and goes right around it. And you'll see the motion all the time, and they're just going to try to say that we're going to be a little bit better than you, and they're just giving it to John Randall on a kind of almost like an ISO, just a downhill play, picking up about 3 or 4 yards right there.
And again, they're swallowed up by East High defenders. The thing you don't see, and you only see against offenses like this, or one that I called the last few years in the single wing, is you can see every single defender in the tight view of this game.
Right, and really we've got. I mean, this is our wide view right there. There's another veer right there, and DJ doesn't read it maybe correctly right there. Wasn't sure. Gave it to R.J. Richards. Not going to get anything on that one.
He was met in the hole by big number 8, Darius Cooper, and then he was helped by a couple of his teammates, D linemen. But he was met in the hole by 8, and wasn't going anywhere after that.
Going to be an interesting play here, 3rd and 5 for the Falcons. And what are they going to do? Probably try to maybe an outside play, maybe some type of misdirection play possibly right here at 3rd and 5. And we'll see what happens. And there is that misdirection play. And John Randall going to pick up the first down, gain of about 10 for John Randall.
Tackled by number 9, Pons. He's a senior DB running back.
Well, there it was. 3rd and 5. We're a little out of Caden Clausen's range at the field goal mark, so they had to go for it. I mean, it's third down. And Heights is not going to pass it most of the time unless it gets to be 4th and 10, 4th and 12, something like that. And again, even those times, sometimes that's the best time to run an inside run play because you think they're going to pass it, but they're still going to run it. But Heights will stay in this formation. It's almost like they're a double tight flex. There's Belly right there to R.J. Richard.
He is met. He's met by some of the DBs at East, tackled by about 3 of them.
R.J. Richard picking up about, we're going to give him 7 yards there on 1st down. Quarter's running fast already, almost the end of the 1st quarter here.
Well, if you look at it, so Heights has been running the ball pretty much all the time.
Right.
And East High's passing has been a lot of short, quick ones if they were
right, which keeps the clock running.
Yes. All right.
They just try to give it up the middle to RJ, and he's going to be met. And I think maybe they might we'll give him a yard there.
Yeah, that East High D line was pretty stout. It looked like they all stayed pretty gap sound, and that's one way to at least try to defend this offense.
Here's another play right here for RJ. Picking up the 1st down. Just a little off-tackle fullback dive play. And they're going to give him a gain of 5.
And then you have a whole mess load of East High tacklers going. That's the one thing I do see is East High they're swarming to the ball. They're fast, they're athletic, they're swarming to the ball. They need to pull something out. We don't want in order to stop this drive and momentum.
And they're giving it right back to RJ. Oh no, they kept it. I didn't see. I thought they gave it to RJ, but DJ keeps it on the maybe on the midline there.
Little Houdini offense right here.
Well, that's the thing what you talked about the offense. You just don't know who's going to get it. Was that DJ or was that number 1? Okay, so that was DJ. So we're going to give him about 5 yards there on that carry. 2nd and 5 on about the 8-yard line for the Falcons. And they're in the I formation, just going to give it to John Randall up the middle.
And he is
They're going to say he's down.
Down at the inch line.
Down at the 1-inch line. So Randall's going to pick up about 7 on that. Going to bring up 1st and goal from about the 1.
First and goal, Falcons.
All right, this needs to be a big stop for East High. We'll see what Coach Akpan has dialed up.
They're just going to go quarterback sneak for the Falcons.
And they give it to him.
And they give it one. Yeah, there it is right there. DJ Dingle with the score.
We have a little bit of tempers flaring down here.
There's a good shot right there. Some celebrations right there with DJ handing the ball back to the referee. Looks like the referee missed it, but that was just a 1-yard run right there by DJ. Just caught him off guard on the defense. And good opening drive for the Heights Falcons, taking it right down the field and scoring on their opening drive here with 29 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And here's Caden Clausen on to hold, and fullback R.J. Richard, or Caden Clausen's kicking, R.J. Richard on the hold. Right. Caden Clausen was, if you saw in our highlights before the game, 10 for 10 last week on extra points.
And it's up and hits the – oh, it hit the
upright?
Upright, yeah. It hit the upright and bounced out.
I jinxed him. Well, he's a little confident, I guess, with on the 10 for 10. He missed that first one, so it's a 6-0 lead here for the Heights Falcons.
Well, and that drive is especially important because on the season, the 2 games, their total numbers on defense are 0 points against and only 54 yards against.
Well, so that was a 13-play drive, nothing but run. Yes. That's what the flex bone's going to do for you. I mean, we're going to take time off clock. You can see there's 29 seconds left here in the first opening quarter, and 13 plays. They had 5 rushes by Randall, 5 rushes by RJ, the fullback, and then 3 rushes by the quarterback. And the last one right there was DJ Dingle on the 1-yard plunge for quarterback sneak. And here's Caden Clausen kicking it again. And
all right, it looks like back we have the same 2. We have King and Pond back there gonna try to return it. Last time Pond had a pretty good return. He was able to find a little bit of a seam before he was lit up by the coverage. So it looks like they're gonna kick it to Pond again, but it goes out of bounds.
Did he kick it out of bounds?
It went out of bounds. It landed out of bounds.
Well, I think they just don't want to give him the opportunity. Maybe they're just they get the ball at the 30 or 35.
I believe it's the 35.
Yeah, that's a.
These rules are always changing on me.
I
coached for years, and I just remember every year you had just this little.
There was one little rule change that happened.
And I got told by some referees a few times, Coach, that was last year.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, East High offense coming back out. It looks like they're going to jump back into the doubles, but it's almost a stack here on the boundary. Take a little orbit motion and hand off in the middle to, it looks like Nelson again, but it's going to go for nothing.
That was right there was number 51, Sakai Ankar with the tackle on that one.
Oh, no, they gave him 2. Sorry. The box up top just didn't move yet. So they gave him 2.
Same play. This time they're going to, keep it.
And Mitchell a little undecisive back in the backfield. Good play by Heights, and he gets taken down for the loss. They get back to
Sakai Ankar was right there, but Amarion Wilkins finished him off. Amarion picking up his second tackle and a sack. And that is the end of the first quarter. I think we have a dance routine in the north end zone. There they go, the Heights Pommies.
All right, I say that was pretty good. I'm going to say it's because they have a great coach.
Well, it's fun coaching them. I do. That's my other half. My other job is to kind of manage the dancers, and so
like
that's fun.
Trips right, a little clear out, and throws it short. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. I'm trying to get a number.
That was. Well, the big hit, for the Falcons was Jalen Hanks, their strong safety. We haven't had a chance to talk about their linebackers for the Falcons, Jalen Hanks and Rolando Reed at the safety spots right there. But that was a great hit by Jalen Hanks of meeting him. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Aces, and Heights is. Are they going to say it's 4th down?
I think it is 4th down. They did not change the box from 2nd to 3rd when they changed the quarter.
Uh-oh. Well, Caleb, our clock operator, the clock's running.
Well,
now the clock shouldn't be running right now. Have they stopped the clock? It is running. I'm curious on why they. Okay. So it is 4th down. It's going to bring up 4th and 8. I wonder, does East know that it's 4th and 8? They're not probably going to put anybody back.
Yeah, they just made the announcement.
They're going to go for it.
It looks like Mitchell is going to throw. He gets a little pressure, and he gets it off. It looks like gets it off to number.
Tackle there by Elijah Mosley, picking up his third tackle.
Number 1, they get the 3rd down conversion for about
4th down conversion.
4th down, sorry.
No, but the Heights defender just missed that interception, but then by missing the interception, he gets they pick up the 1st down.
Okay, and it looks like we have Mitchell who took it on the run for 2-yard gain. Yeah, and maybe that's just me not thinking you're going to go for it this early on 4th down, but that gamble paid off.
Elijah Mosley picking up his 4th tackle on that last stop.
It looks like a quick key screen out to the left.
We're going to give that tackle to Jaden Caldwell. He had a half a sack earlier. Oh wait, is that number 44? Yeah, Jaden Caldwell.
And it looks like that's Patterson that got the. I'm lucky to have some young eyes in here to help me spot.
Yeah, our cameramen are also spotters on these numbers for East High right now because they got the white jerseys and the
baby blue.
Is it a baby blue number? I think it's so hard to tell.
Yep. So we have
going deep
to AJ King for the score.
That was about a 46-yard
touchdown pass to AJ King. King coming into this day with 3 touchdowns already. He's adding another one there. It looked like Mitchell just kind of threw the ball up and knew that his guy was going to come down with it. Yeah, that's another 46-yard touchdown pass by Mitchell. And it looks like they are not going to kick an extra point. They're going to go for 2.
Do they have a kicker? Some of these.
I do not recall them kicking an extra point week 1, but that was I've slept since then, so.
Well, they're going to go.
It looks like
delay of game after the celebration. So again, as soon as the play is over, there's 45. Actually, is there 25 seconds to get lined up and kick an extra point?
After a score, it's 25.
Right. So you have got to hurry it up now. That scoots East back 5 yards. I don't know. Maybe with the spread offense that might help them a little bit. Just kind of spread some things out, give them more room to operate.
Well, they've been going so fast-paced. Oh, they're looking to try to get him
offside. And they about got the offsides, and they did.
They did get.
They got our outside linebacker jumping offsides.
So false start. No, they call a false start.
Oh, they did
on East. They called him on the wide receiver to the top of the screen,
right in front of the official who called it. Okay, I saw the Heights defender down here on our side. Well, I did not see it.
And from what the officials looked like, he was telling the coaches over there, he was bouncing in his stance.
Okay.
He was bouncing in his stance, and that'll get you anywhere. I played offensive line, and I played a couple games at tackle, and even out there, you move, those officials see it.
Yeah, on the edge, they see every little movement right there.
That's why I love playing center. I got away with a lot. So we have trips right, and it looks like they're just going to throw a fade over to number 10, but it goes down, and we have a flag. We'll see what that is.
They're going to say probably that pass deflection right there was by number 7, Jaden Okuro, and they're probably going to call PI on. Let's see. Will that put the ball a little closer? This is the 2-point conversion.
It should go. It
half
should
the
go half the distance. Yes. I don't think it's a. Yeah, it's not a spot foul when it's this close.
So we've had 3 penalties on the extra point, and yeah, the clock does not run on the extra point, so no time is taken off the clock on there. Yeah, and the flag was on Heights, so that was a pass interference. So that's going to bring up. That's going to bring up. Looks like put the ball on about the 9-yard line.
Yep,
on this point after try, going for 2 here. Again, this was after a long touchdown pass, 46-yard touchdown pass, and it looks like maybe the Heights defender might have tripped and fell down a little bit because he was kind of wide open down there on this end.
And what I think is Mitchell just threw it up and had faith that his wide receiver was going to run underneath.
Right, had a little bit more. Yep, exactly.
Had a little more experience in this situation.
East over there looking at the sideline trying to get a play.
Trips right, and it looks like they're just going to hand it off in the middle.
And they're going to get it. Pick up 2.
Is that number 24? Number 24, 84, sorry. 84, Malik Mount. No, Malachi. It's so hard to find these numbers.
Yeah. Well, that's, so East takes
Apologize for any parent who's watching and I just said their name either wrong or the wrong name.
So East takes it right back down after Heights goes up 6-0, misses the extra point, and East takes it all the way down. I mean, in just a few plays. Do you know how many plays that was that they had to drive there? If you remember, probably 4
that was
or 5.
A 5-play drive.
Yeah, I was going to say 4 or 5 plays probably, and East takes the long pass for a quick score. And like I said, we said this at the beginning of the game that East has a lot of talent and they have a lot of good skill players, and it's going to be a tough battle for our defensive guys to hang with a lot of their slot receivers and receivers as well. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like going back for the Falcons, I believe that's number 5, John Randall will be back deep. He did take a couple back last year.
Okay.
All the way, so he's going to be the guy in the center, but we'll see if they keep it to him or they try to kick it short and maybe to the edge.
Yeah, that last drive was big for East. It looks like kicking off is number 11, Kamarion Hart.
And John Randall is going to come all the way up to the top and get it, and he is running hard. Great return right there, probably about 15-yard return. He came all the way up to about the 30-yard line to catch that, and he just ran right through a bunch of East High defenders for about a gain of 15 on that return.
He was dragging white shirts right there. That was pretty impressive. And we've got a lot of good young stars for both teams, young athletes. I know John and DJ are both sophomores. Over on East Side, their starting quarterback, Mitchell is a freshman. So we got a lot of good young talent, and they're really showing out today.
Well, Heights whole backfield. There's 2 sophomores, 1 junior, or 2 juniors. Oh, and there's going to be a penalty right there. I believe that's going to be a false start on the left tackle. We'll go ahead and name off our starting offensive lineman. So start left tackle for the Heights Falcons, number 56, George Hervey. Left guard, Aaron Meyer. At center, Malachi Pancrax Dixon. Right guard, Hayden Powell. And right tackle, number 52, one of the captains, Dylan Depperschmidt.
I'm glad you gave some love to the offensive line.
Brings up 1st and 20, 1st and 15. John Randall, he's going to get 10 of it back.
And it looks like tackle is by number 8, Darius Cooper.
So another tackle or another 10 yards there by John Randall, number 5. He's going to see a lot of the action tonight. He's one of their top players, top runners. Actually, was that number 5 or was that number 1? Okay, sorry. I saw that afterwards because it ran the other way. And they're going to give it right back. They're going to give it to R.J. Richard, picking up about 3 yards.
And tackle made again by Cooper. He is just all over the field. He's one of their linebackers back there. He's their middle linebacker. So when they play the 4-2, he's the Mike. Right now they're playing the 4-4 to try to defend this offense. But he's just all over the place.
There's going to be offsides right there. Yep. They had I don't know if they were trying to draw somebody offsides, but that's a great call there by Jared if that's what they were doing on 3rd and 1. I missed that last run. Was actually Adrian Patterson, number 1. That was his first carry. He's playing the slot back on the right side, and so he picked up 10 yards. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 there on that offside penalty by the Aces. Heights is pretty much sticking in this formation.
We have a tackle made at the sideline by number 4, Osunamis.
And they almost it looked like it was going to be a great play. I was going to say they did pick up about 3 or 4, and again that was Patterson on that carry picking up about 3 yards. But DJ Dingle was out on the edge, and maybe if he'd have just lowered his shoulder, probably could have got a couple more, but decided to give it up.
That's
and the pitch.
And really, that's just a testament to the swarming defense that East High plays.
Another carry for John Randall, picking up 3 yards.
And looks like Cooper again. I feel like the old New York Giants announcer where you just say tackled by this giant, and Taylor.
Yes, yeah, old LT.
Because he was all over the field. So you could probably just put Cooper on the end of every announcement of a tackle.
Tried to pull him off sides a little bit. They got 7 seconds on the play clock to get this off. They look over at Coach Jaredak real quick for a play. And they're just going to run toss to the outside. Got a bunch of blockers up front.
And pushed out of bounds.
Tackled completely out of bounds. Thought that might have been a little excessive all the way over on the edge, but they're not going to call anything. But they are going to pick up the first down.
Looks like the tackle was made by Pearson, number 14.
Did they actually throw a flag? No.
They did not. I do see flag on the field. I wonder if it dropped out of
so they're going to say, I think they called it illegal motion right there. Sometimes what happens in that flex formation is sometimes they start to come back down towards the line of scrimmage, and he might have done that just a little bit early. So bringing up about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 now. Going to run the clock here with 6:45 left remaining in the first half. Hey, stick around for halftime. Coach, our old Coach Wheeler is supposed to be here, and we're going to have the former AD and legendary coach here at Heights High School, state champion in 2010. He's coming in at halftime for a little quick interview, and they're giving it to
and it looks like, again, it's tackled by Pearson and Cooper. So
Patterson picking up, they're going to probably no yards on that. Going to bring up about 4th down. Probably going to punt it right here with 6:10. About 6 minutes left remaining in the first half, and Coach Jared doesn't want to take any opportunities of trying to go for this and giving East the short field, especially with their high-powered quick strike offense that they've got.
Well, and that was a really good job by Pearson, keeping outside leverage on a toss, causing that toss to cut back inside where he knew he had help. And he knew he had Cooper coming, because why not? Yeah. So that was good with him, keeping outside leverage on the block.
And they're going to just call the delay a game right here. It looks like one of the Heights Falcons did not get out there on time, so they're going to scoot him back 5 yards. Shouldn't be an issue. Almost might help the punter in this situation. Caden Clausen is the punter as well as the kicker. Dylan Depperschmidt up there snapping up front.
And back deep is A.J. King. And really, I thought maybe they did that on purpose to give him a little more room to try to pin them back deep.
Well, let's see if he can try to get this out at about the 5-yard line. I'm sure he's probably aiming it for the.
And that is blocked by number 14, Chandler Pearson. Picked up and recovered about the 46-yard line. There is a flag.
Someone came right up the middle.
Yeah, Pearson came right up the middle, went through the personal protector, and just put his body up and deflected that ball. I'm interested to see what this penalty flag is.
I think it might be a holding, which on offense on the punt team, so they'll probably decline it. And
I think it was thrown down during the melee afterward.
Here's the official right here, the white hat.
Okay.
Yeah, that was after the block kick. So that guy, one of the Heights or one of the East defenders, held Heights defender so that he couldn't get to the ball, I guess, and that was a holding right there.
So that moves them back to the 36-yard line, where East High is going to go ahead, and they have 5 minutes, 15 seconds. After that big five-play drive last time, I don't think they're too concerned about the clock, but we'll see what they come out in. It looks like they have double set with the running back offset to the left. Little orbit motion by number 5, and they just hand it and go up the middle with Nelson for a gain of 9 yards, running downhill, running hard.
Another tackle there by Elijah Mosley, his 5th tackle of the night from his safety position.
Okay, and they're back on the ball with the double set, same thing, and they're just going to hand it again to Nelson.
And East just has right now, they're just manhandling the defensive front for the Falcons, and they're just kind of almost foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, and they're just downhill the whole time.
That's the beauty of a zone blocking scheme. They get double teams where they need to and then go to the backer if they can. They're going to Nelson again for another gain of about 9 yards.
Tackle right there by Jalen Hanks.
I know I'm a North High guy, and East High is one of our rivals, but I do love good offensive line play, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
The defender or the running back kind of ran outside, and first one there for the Falcons again was Jalen Hanks picking up his 3rd tackle of the night.
And we have basically a no gain right there. I think he tried to bounce it to the outside instead of doing the cut and having the cutback. It looks like, again, they're zone blocking up front, which you double where you can, you climb to the linebackers, and that running back is supposed to read either the play side 3 or the nose to see whether he needs to stretch it or come back underneath.
Right, and it's so hard for the linebackers on the defensive side.
And we have a zip motion. It looks like we have a fly sweep with number 5, and he's just being an athlete right now to go ahead and get the first down with a gain of 4. That's number 5. That is Patterson on the carry for a gain of 4 and an East High first down.
Adrian Patterson on the stop for the Falcons, his 2nd tackle of the night. Yeah, there was a little cutback right there. It was just a jet sweep on the edge, and cutting it all the way back to the opposite side. But right now, I mean, the Aces, they are taking those 5 guys up front, and they are just kind of, like I said, shoulder to shoulder and just pushing the Falcons. You can see the Falcons, because they've got so many wide receivers out there, it's like a 3-man front. There's 5 linemen, and there's 5 guys in the box, basically. So there's a quick little screen right there, and going to be an incomplete pass.
It's going to be incomplete pass by Mitchell. And
Jalen Hanks was there for the Falcons on defense, but that kind of stops the clock a little bit, lets East try to reset here with 3:13 as they're going in. And
and as you said before, Heights is spread out. They're not. They're a 3-man front, but they're typically having their linebackers a little closer to the tackles. Right now we have trips up to the field, a single receiver, an orbit motion out by number 24. And it looks like Mitchell's taking his time to throw it and is going to get sacked.
Got to be careful right there of someone jumping over the top right there. I believe that was Marion Wilkins trying to jump over the top, making it look exciting. You don't want to do that. We're going to give the sack to Javon Martin. He was right there. He was on the bottom of the pile, one of the first guys that I saw get to the play. And looks like Coach Akpin is going to call a timeout here with 2:50 remaining.
Well, and he's going to go ahead and talk to his young quarterback. Remember, Mitchell's a freshman.
Yeah.
So he's still got a lot to learn. He may have been a natural athlete, and I'm sure he did really well the last few years playing on Saturday, but the game is so much faster now, especially going as a freshman on Friday night. Friday night, even moving from Monday night to Friday night, it's a whole nother level.
And he didn't have Monday nights because if he's a freshman, this is his first year right there of doing that. So
and he's been very dynamic. 463 total yards over the first 2 games, 11 TDs over the first 2 games. So he's been a dynamic player. He just has a little bit to learn. We have motion out to number 24, and it doesn't even look like the wide receiver was looking to catch that
maybe just a
pass.
miscommunication right there. They had the running back go out in the flat right there to try to pull the defender up front, and they were looking for someone in the hole, the little curl zone. And I don't know if – I think it'd be smart right here just to punt the ball with 2:50 remaining. You don't want to give Heights even – I mean, one of our running backs could get away real quick, so I think they're probably going to punt the ball here.
Yeah, it looks like that's
4th and 16.
And back to punt is number 11, Hart. He's a senior and he's a wide receiver.
And Jaden Hamilton is going to be deep for the Falcons for the return. We'll see if
they motion their wide receivers out to make sure we see delay a game.
And delay a game, so it's going to shoot them back 5 yards.
So, and what East did there is they lined up in there. They put them out. They wanted to see how many defenders are going to come after the punt and how many are going to actually play the wide receiver.
Right now, they don't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage, I guess, unless.
Yeah, both those wide receivers checked, and they're going to go ahead and count those
the up back. Just come up and catch the fair catch. See, there's
It's going to take an East high bounce.
A little bit sideways.
A little bit, about the 17.
Well, the offensive line formation on that punt was almost like the old V formation, and it looked like those tackles were way off the line of scrimmage, but they didn't say anything. And going to be 1st and 10 here for the Falcons, starting at about the 17-yard line. 2:42 remaining. I'm sure Coach Jarrett he's probably going to be a little conservative here these first couple plays to see if they break something. What they want to do here is to make sure that they get a couple first downs if they can. Don't turn it over, and make sure that East does not get the ball back. If we can score, bonus. There you go right there. And that's the guy you got to try to give it to is Randall. He's the guy that can take it to the house at almost any play, and Randall picks up 8 right there.
It took a handful of East High defenders to bring him down. He runs so physical and so downhill.
It looked different. He looks different this week than I thought he did last week. I think he looks a lot like he's running the ball a lot harder this week. Maybe just he had to. Or he has to this week. Last week it was just I think he scored on the very first play of the game a couple times, or the first time they touched the ball. Little counter play there for
tackled by Pearson and Cooper again.
We're going to give 4 yards to Patterson on that play right there.
And I agree with you. He looks like he's running more with a purpose. I hate to say it because this game matters a little more than last week.
Yes.
Because the level of competition is so much higher, and that's actually good to see that he's going to step up his game for. Yeah,
and they're going to call I formation right here and just give it to him, and just got met in the backfield. There's a penalty right there.
Michael Roby.
They didn't call it. The defender flinged him down, kind of pulled him up off the ground and slung him to the ground. And in the NFL, that's a penalty for sure. But in high school, I guess they're going to let it go.
I thought in Keisha that was a penalty, but
I agree.
So
Keisha, if you're watching, there's some good film for you right there. But that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards right there for Randall, and really not his fault at all. Just a good defensive play right there.
Looks like we have
DJ Dingle right up the middle on that play. We're going to give him a carry of 3, little quarterback keeper.
Number 25 on the tackle, Marcus White.
It's going
downhill.
Going to bring up about 3rd and. Looks like 3rd and 10 right now on the sticks. And right back to it. There's DJ with the keeper. He's just going to keep it.
And laying the wood is Cooper. Lowered his shoulder. You'll want to see somebody wrap up and go through.
He did not wrap up. He just hit him with the shoulder right there.
That is
Does it have a size? What's his height and weight? Can you tell that?
Cooper is 6'1", 225 pounds.
Yeah.
And he is not playing he does not move like a 225-pound player. He moves more 180, 190. able to run
But
the field.
on that play right there, though, he was running downhill and put a shoulder on the quarterback now. So it's going to bring up 4th and 10,
He is
I believe. And it's we got about 29 seconds remaining. I'm sure Heights is going to kick the punt here.
a little thing about Cooper. He has 1 carry at running back. Imagine him running the ball. He has 1 carry at running back against North. It was for 58 yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
I didn't think he had the speed he did, but as soon as he broke 1 tackle and got on the open field, there was nobody catching him.
There's the good look at the Heights cheerleaders right there, led by Coach Rusk. And we got a quick look right there, but looks like Caden Clausen is going to be back for the punt with 29 seconds left. Hopefully he'll kick it over here about the 30 or 40-yard line if he can get it this far.
And King is a dangerous returner.
Yeah, you got to keep it away from him, and we've got to make sure that we're blocking up front this time. Last time they came right up the middle.
And it looks like that's going to be an illegal chop block in the backfield. He took out the knees, but King is getting the ball right now, and he has blockers up front. Gets taken down about the 31, so we'll see what happens.
Was that a penalty on Heights?
It was on Heights.
Yeah.
What they did is they took out the legs of the rusher.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you
can do that.
here.
You can do that on if they're head up on the line of scrimmage. You can cut block if they're both on line of scrimmage. But
Right.
if someone is on the line of scrimmage and someone's back a few yards, now you can't. That's considered a chop block.
Yep. If it's within, you can do it if it's within the tackle box.
Right.
That situation you can't.
There's the white hat right there talking to Coach Ackpin.
So yeah, and then
There's a
coach
good
is
shot
gonna
right there.
decide-
He's trying to decide what he's going to do. Probably he'll just decline it and just take the.
Chop block.
On the kicking team, number 3. On the return, a
Holding.
On the return team, number 26. The long line will force 3 yards from the hole. First and 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't want to decline that and do everything all over again. So, yeah, East definitely wants the possession of the ball, and they're going to get it. Where are we going to get the ball at?
I'm not totally for sure because I want to know if it was a hold on East or was it a hold on?
It was a hold on East, but it was after he punted the ball.
Right.
So we already turned the ball over by kicking it. So that's why they're going to have East is going to gain possession now. That did hurt them because they had a return all the way up to about the 30 or 25-yard line, and now they're going to go all the way back to about the 45.
Which and because it was after the kick, so they could have taken the penalty, enforced the penalty, and had them re-kick to where it's not guaranteed that they're going to get that. It's not guaranteed that they're going to get that field position. You have doubles to the right. You have a hand in the ground tied in for East. I have not seen that this year.
Just to give a little bit extra protection because they're throwing it deep. They got a different quarterback back there, I believe.
So it looks like it's number 7. It's Taden Pham. He actually started week 1 where they had a little quarterback battle week 1.
Well, maybe he's got the stronger arm and they're just trying to throw it to the end zone here because maybe they might do a little Hail Mary here with the last couple of seconds, 9 seconds remaining here on the game clock.
Well, I'm trying to see. Did they put number 15 Mitchell out at wide receiver to see what the athlete can get to? Okay, no, they threw it over to number 5, which is Patterson, who's going to shake and bake, and he's down with a gain of probably 13.
Yeah, and they actually put John Randall in there for defense. He just came up and made the play, and that is going to be the end of the first half. So we've got a performance by the dancers coming up here, and then stick around for right after the dancers. We have the head coach Rick Wheeler, former head coach Rick Wheeler, here for the halftime interview. Just put the. All right, great job there by the Heights Pommies and the dancing there, Rain on Me. And we have a little halftime entertainment for you here in the booth. We have legendary coach here at Heights, Rick Wheeler. Rick, how are you doing today?
Doing great, man. Good to be here. Good to be back home and watching Heights football game.
Yeah, it is good to have you back. Good to see you. What have you been up to? You've been retired for a year now, but kind of working. Tell us just a little bit about what you've been doing.
I retired in May of 19. And they pay me to drive around and talk to old football coaches and ADs around the state. I'm selling sporting goods for Lou's Sporting Goods. But it's fun. I get to go around and see people that I've worked with over the last 30 years in the business, and it's been a good time.
Well, good to have you back, and it's fun to talk about old times and stuff like that. And I knew that you were going to be here today, Coach. So I looked up a bunch of the historical football stats, and I remember we coached together for a long time. Me and you coached together in '99 all the way to when was your last year head coaching? 2012, and then Coach Harrison came in, and you look at your overall record from 1999 to 2012, 110 wins, 37 losses, Coach Wheeler. What do you think about that? I mean, that's pretty good for a school that, if many people don't know, before Coach Wheeler got here, was there one winning season before you took over in '99, or none?
I think there were two winning seasons. I think 2 5-4 seasons, like one in the '60s, and then one actually the year before I got here. I think in '98 that winning season.
And what do you? What was you think that really made that turnaround when you came in 1999 and took over? And what do you kind of relate that turnaround to? What was something you really looked at during that time?
Well, we had great coaching staff. You were on it. Coach Lord was on that staff. Mark Hott was on that staff. There was a lot of good guys that were on that staff, and we were fortunate to come in and have some good players right away. Big Red was our quarterback, Travis Davis, and we had the
Big Red. I remember Big Red.
Ben Hembray. Oh yeah, we had lots of great players back there, and then we had a really strong class below them. The class that was from the football season of 2000, which was a strong class too, and we lost that first game to Carroll, and then we won like maybe 6 in a row.
That was the year.
A little bit, and then we ran into a buzzsaw with Southeast and Derby, but only one team came out of districts back then. But it was a great start for the program, and it just went on from there, and it's fun to be here. There's a couple state champions that are on the field down there coaching.
Yes, Matt Reed is an assistant coach now,
and Smith.
Dreamer Smith.
It's so much fun to see those guys. Where they're at now, and on the other side of the line on the field, they're still on the same Heights Falcon football field, but they're standing on the other side of the chalk.
We got Dreamus back. He was at East, I think, for a couple years, and actually came back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, so I played at North. I coached at North.
Mm-hmm.
I played against you.
Mm-hmm.
I coached against you. I think I only got you once. It was my sophomore year. It's actually my first ever start.
At Bishop Carroll,
yes.
Joey Belden was the coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember those kind of games better than some of the others.
I don't mean
10 to 7. I think 10 to 7.
10 to 7.
Yeah.
And you guys had a heck of a goal line stand. That's one of my big memories of me playing. I was a sophomore. It was my first ever
thanks
start.
for bringing that one up.
Yeah. Well, that being said, I had to go ahead and say it. But I do remember a lot of times I'd go to coaches' clinics and I'd see you. One of the last ones I saw, you were up on the Legends panel, and you imparted so much wisdom. And I say that, and that's not me being sarcastic or funny or anything.
That was a great group of guys up there.
Hey,
Coach Smith from down at Pittsburgh, Colgan was on that panel, and I think Coach Rampy may have been on that panel. It was truly an honor to be in front of your peers and to just kind of be on that panel and ask and get to answer questions and talk about things that you did in your program. But yeah, it was fun, and I was a longtime member of the Coach Association. I was the president of the Coach Association for a couple years, and so that organization means a lot to me. And to still be able to be a part of it in some ways, still to this day is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I bring that up one time, but then there was several other times you guys killed us. And
Coach,
I talked about it last week. Some of these guys on the sideline, I don't like them while they're beating us, but I love them because they're a great person, and that was definitely something I had for you as a coach. You were always somebody I looked up to as a young coach, and then I would with Coach Sayanajad.
Mm-hmm.
He always
Kelly's
looked
a
up
good
to
friend,
you.
yes.
Coach Belden, one of my great mentors, always spoke super high of you, and Coach Mosier is another one that always held you in a very high esteem, and it's an honor to be with you right now.
Yeah,
well,
I appreciate that.
You know, Mitch kind of brought up a sore subject, you know, of losing that one to North High. But Coach Wheeler,
I remember the losses.
We had a pretty good run there from 2009 or 2009, 10, and 11. 3 state championships that we were a part of. The first year, 2009, blown out against Olathe North. Mm-hmm. I think they had some eventual NFL players that played on that team. It's a big-time.
Very good team. Yeah.
And then the next year, Matt Reed was starting quarterback, Dreamer Smith, Dabta Shazer. I can still remember a lot of those guys there.
Those guys all started the year before, too.
Yes, exactly. You know, some of the guys there on. But that was a great one. Went undefeated that season in 2010, 13-0. I actually had Steve Martin, which was he's now the head coach at Northwest, and we're going to see him in a couple weeks. He was the defensive coordinator at that time. And but anyway, we had 2009, 2010, and 2011. Coach, what do you remember about those 3 years, or what was so special about some of those great teams?
Well, of course, you know, playing in the state championship game is incredible. You know, it's what everyone starts off through the summer. You know, school gets out in May, and you start tuning up for team camp in the summer, and all the weights and all the workouts and the 7-on-7, everything you do all summer. Everybody's undefeated, you know, in the first week of September, and that's what everybody's aspirations are, is to be there. So to get there was a lot of fun. But you know, there was a lot of growing pains along the way, and there was a lot of great teams. We had a lot of great players, and you coached them as well, Matt. That from '99 up through, you know, that 10 years to get to 2009. A lot of great players. I'm so proud of all the things that those players and all the coaches accomplished to get us to that point. But now, you know, looking back on it, maybe what's even the coolest part about it is, although those guys are all grown men now.
Yes.
They're married, they have children. You know, that's probably the greatest accomplishment we had, was to be a part of their lives, to influence them, to help them kind of grow up and mature and be productive in our society, and be good husbands and be good dads. That's probably the coolest part of it.
And I remember a lot of the halftime talks. I remember a lot of the talks on a Wednesday night of practice, and it was all about that, being not just a good football player, but being good on and off the field. So we appreciate you and all the coaching staff, and it was fun to be a part of it too. But let's talk a little bit about some numbers here, some offensive numbers. What do you? I mean, Heights is still running the flex bone, Coach.
Yeah.
Still running those things. Why do you think that they're still running it? What is so successful about that? What made you guys do that? I know there's a great story probably with you and Hutch High and Randy Dreiling.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just really boiled down to the types of athletes that we had in the building from year to year. You know, we had a kid named Cameron Castle who came into our program, was a great high school player and a very good quarterback, and he was a 6'1", 6'2", 190-pound kid with a strong arm. And we just, you know, Coach Jared, I forgot to mention him. Coach Jared, that's the offensive coordinator, was an offensive lineman and played with Cameron. And but we had guys that could protect. We had Cameron who could sling it around, and we had guys like Daly Gunner and Vince Santucci and so on.
Exactly.
We had those kind of kids that we could kind of take advantage of our talent. And we were playing Coach Dreiling in the quarterfinals, I believe, and he said something to the effect of, I bet there's more of his quarterbacks in that building than there are my quarterbacks.
Yeah,
you know, meaning running quarterbacks.
Yes, running quarterbacks.
Of guys.
Yep.
You know, that I don't know, it resonated with me. We didn't change right away, but when we had some kids that came through the program, The Boyd kid was that guy. That was kind of our transition when Chris Boyd
Chris
became
Boyd,
our
yes.
quarterback, and he could do those things, and he had the skill set to be an option quarterback, and it was fun. I was an offensive lineman and all through high school and college and whatever, but we ran the wishbone when I was in high school, and the triple option was the thing to do in the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
And but it was kind of fun to bring. There was a resurgence of it. The military schools all were using that offense, so it was fun, and we get to put 3 running backs on the field, and we got to defenses had to pick their poison to a certain extent, and we talked about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They might take one of your guys away on a given game, but the other guys were going to come back and get them.
That's the thing that me and Mitch talked about the first 2 weeks that we've done this, watching the Heights Falcons, is if you can have 2 or 3 guys, that's awesome. If you can have all 4 of them, and when I say 4, I'm talking about the quarterback, the 2 slot backs, and then the fullback. Some people call it the A or the B backs, whatever. But if you can have all 4 of those guys be successful, and you don't know who you're going to try to stop, like I said, you might stop John Randall on this team here. Well, then now you've got R.J. Richard. You got Adrian Patterson. Back in the day it was Dreamer Smith. If they stopped him, we'd give Dap to Shazier. We'd give Kenneth Ahime around the edge. Yeah. So those are the cool things about it. I really liked it. It was just it really made me as a coach read defenses. And I was always just, hey, let's call this. And I think if you do an offense like the Flexbone, you really got to study defenses and see what they're going to do.
Well, and one thing that we really learned when we were a spread team, because people think that Heights was never been a spread. Well, we were the spread, and we were really good at it. Cameron Castle had 50 touchdowns in 2 years and threw for over 5,000 yards.
And for 1 year, Daly Gunner
he held he was a state record holder
in receiving for 1 year, and then it was broken the next year.
We also had to defend 70 and 80 plays a game of
yes.
defense.
We would get home at 11 o'clock.
The ball, now we have to defend 45 and 50 plays on defense.
Yeah.
And offenses are getting so good that you start giving teams 7, 8, and 9 possessions a game. It's really hard to play good defense for that many plays, that many series. Well, if you can hold somebody to 5 or 6 possessions a game, and you can cut 20 plays, 20 opportunities from them away from them to score, we shorten the game. We control the clock. I think that probably had as big an impact on our true team success is the scoring the touchdowns, running the offense.
We had a lot of coaches come through here. Coach Lord kind of started off on defense. He's down at UGRTV down in Grand Rapids.
University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
There
he's
you go.
The head women's girls basketball coach.
Coach Schartz is he's a AD or something out in Cimarron.
He's the athletic director and football coach at Cimarron High School.
Right. We've had. Coach Burke. Where's Coach Burke at now?
Coach Burke is he's offensive coordinator at Mace South right now.
And our former head coach, before Coach Dingle, between Coach Wheeler and Coach Dingle, was Coach Harrison. He's having great success up at Bethel right now.
Coach Harrison's at Bethel College. They're undefeated and ranked nationally.
And running the Flexbone.
And he's really taking it to a new level. He's doing some really cool things, and don't forget Coach A, who was a coach.
Oh, that's right, Coach A.
Coach Asmussen, who's now the athletic director at Valley Center. But like I said, I think that's I mentioned that right off the bat. I think having great players and a great staff around us is what really was the blessing that allowed us to have some success.
Well, I hope Coach Dingle can get this victory down 8-6 here at half. Coach, we really appreciate you coming in and talking with us. And we're getting ready to start the second half. And Coach Wheeler, thanks again. And stop back by anytime in the next couple of weeks. We got 2 more home games. If you want to stop back by and give us some wisdom or whatever, you want to guest commentate for a quarter, you just let me know. We'll get you on the microphone.
Hey, it's a great day to be a Falcon.
There you go. All right, Mitch. I saw you doing a little bit of math over there, and you maybe doing some stats. I didn't have an opportunity for that. I was just trying to, get the right question for Coach Wheeler, but it was fun talking with him. And what kind of stats do you have there for the East High Blue Aces?
So East High is we have passing. So Mitchell is 8 for 11 with 58 yards and a 146-yard touchdown. And Pham came in and was 1 for 2 for 13. Rushing, Mitchell is 3 for 11. Patterson is 1 for 4. And their leading rusher is Nelson with 10 carries for 47 yards. Their leading receiver right now is King with 46 yards and a touchdown. They have Patterson with 3 for 19, and Jones and Nelson both have 1 catch for 6 and 12, respectively. So a little slower start this week on defense, or sorry, on offense, but I think it's because the defense is a little more ramped up this week.
And we'll get to some of the offensive stats for the Falcons here in just a little bit as well. Not very much as well. Did have a good long drive on that very first one, but they're going to kick it all the way back to John Randall, taking it about the 5-yard line. He's going to try to find his way through. Looks like he's going to make it all the way up to about the 40, about the 39-yard line. John, checking my stats, and again, these are not official, so just bear in mind with this. I have John Randall at 45 yards, R.J. Richard at 21, DJ Dingle at 26, and Adrian Patterson at 17 yards. So not the numbers that they had last week against North, but still in this game for sure.
Well, and I just want to say one thing about that halftime interview. It is amazing, and it's a testament to how good of a coach he is by how much he cares. We rattled off, I don't know how many names of former assistants and players, and he knew exactly where all of them were.
Yep.
And what they're doing. Yep. That's a testament to a great, not only a great coach, a great leader, but a great man right there. So I was very impressed. Like I said, I've seen him talk at several clinics, and I've always had the highest respect for him. Hopefully, it didn't sound like I didn't by my one comment at the beginning.
No. You had to bring it up. That's what you're a North High guy, which is fine, no big deal. That right there, John Randall had that carry, but he had got to stop for 0 yards. They're going to be a little trips formation right here. Maybe do a little quick screen out to the side, or they're gonna roll out. Just got to be careful. Pretty good job right there of actually completing it to Randall for about 8 yards.
A good gang tackle by East right in the middle. It looked like they put trips out to the left to try to lull East to sleep, and then they just kind of snuck Randall right in the middle to where he's sitting in between coverage to get a nice gain on 2nd down, make it a manageable 3rd.
Well, throwing, that's the first time that Heights has thrown tonight, and they're just going to give it right back to Randall on the ISO, and I believe.
Well, and
is he going to get it?
Where he stopped. I think they're going to give it to him. That tackle was Cooper. He started contact behind the line of scrimmage, but I think
they're going to give it to him. I think it's just past the sticks. The East High coaches don't like the spot, but we're going to give 3 yards to Randall there on that one.
Yeah, and what Cooper met him in the backfield, it's just the power that Randall brings.
Yes.
He just ran through a pretty solid linebacker.
There's a little bit of counter play right there, trying to get Adrian Patterson.
Again, it looks like we have, Cooper's in on the tackle, of course, and 25, which is White. So
Adrian Patterson picking up about 6 yards on that carry right there. So, yeah, that's one thing that they'll do with Randall. They'll give him the ball, and then right there they kind of fake the toss one way, and then they're going to try to give it to R.J. Richard, and just the lineman, Aaron Meir right there. That sometimes you don't like to see the lineman pushed in the backfield, but that's number 60, Aaron Meir, kind of gets shoved in the backfield, and looks like it's going to bring up probably about a 0. I mean, you could give it a yard loss for R.J. Richard there on that one.
And the guy doing the shoving back, it looks like number 66, Colby Tibbetts.
See if they go quick here and get him to jump off sides with a little quick motion. Nope, they're just going to run toss to the outside to Randall.
And Cooper again almost doesn't finish the tackle in the backfield, but again, Cooper again shoots through the blockers and just meets him at the point of attack.
Is he a senior?
He is a senior.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people watching from other teams are glad to hear that. He is a senior, and he's all over the field.
Now, I don't remember. Well, I mean, was he at East last year?
I don't know. Like I said, we asked East for some information and really didn't get a whole lot back. Most of my pregame stats are from Huddle.
Right.
And what I remember from playing coaching against these guys last year.
Well, like I said, we haven't played against East in the last couple of years, so There's a good rush right there, but a nice kick by Caden
It's a
Clausen.
fair catch by King. Fair catch by King.
Elijah
at
Mosley
12.
down there on the coverage there for the Falcons. And going to be 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line. And let's see if Heights or East defense had a pretty good stand right there to start this second half. We'll see if Heights can do the same thing to try to stay in this game right here in the early in the third quarter.
So it looks like East is gonna come out again with their spread look, like we talked in the first half. They're going to come out, try to spread Heights' athletes out, and say, hey, I'm going to put it in an athlete's hand, and hopefully he's better than yours. I mean, that's spread. So they're going to go with a zip motion all the way across to get into trips up to the left and give it downhill run for 11 yards, and that is number 1, Nelson, for 11.
Tackle there by Javon Martin. His 3rd tackle for the night. Leading tackler for the Falcons is safety Elijah Mosley from his safety spot.
It looks like we have twins again. And it looks like Pham is back in at quarterback.
They're going to throw it here?
I think they got to
Nope, they're just going to
hand
it off.
to Nelson. And he's going to go for, looks like a gain of 3.
Ankar there, Amarion Wilkins there for the tackle. We'll give Amarion, number 81, Ankar with his 2nd tackle of the night. Kind of an assist with those two.
So
Jaden Caldwell's playing a little linebacker now that they've kind of done this 3-man front, 5 guys in the box. And last week Heights defense was in a more of a 4-2 look against North High, which is more compact offense a little bit. But East is really spreading them out.
And he lays it out for an interception.
Oh, and goes down, but that's Elijah Mosley. Elijah Mosley with the interception.
And I'm not sure what type of route combination they were trying to run, or Pham put it in the wrong place, but his wide receiver looked pretty confused when he was looking up for the ball. So
there's a good look of all the Heights players having fun down there on the sideline. There's another good look. I don't know if we can go back a little bit. There's the TV though in the lower left-hand corner. If you see that, that's where they're going to go over there and watch the play right now. There you go.
And that was made legal in the state of Kansas about 4 years ago.
Yep, that was Coach Moss just getting right down there talking to the defense. So they're going to go on the sideline and look and film, and that's what they're going to try to do. See if Heights. Oh, they're going to drop back and throw it up over the top. Decent ball. Taking a chance right there after a turnover. DJ had a pretty good ball there to the receiver streaking down the sideline, number 19, Chase Harris, who actually caught a touchdown pass last week.
And that's one thing you try to do after a turnover, after a change of possession, go for the long ball.
Yep.
Switch that momentum. Use what you have.
Brings up 2nd and 10, stops the clock a little bit. See if Heights is going to go back to the running game, or they're just going to almost go quarterback keeper, just a little bit of quarterback around the end, maybe a little speed option right there.
And it looks like the
DJ Dingle, actually it's going to be just short. They're going to say he's down. So DJ is going to pick up about 9 yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 1 here.
And I think that is number 24. I've been saying 25 all day long, but I think every time I said White, I meant Gianol.
That was a good look right there. We had a close-up shot of all the Heights guys looking at their wristbands, getting the play as Coach Jarrett is calling it from the sideline. Just got to pick up the first down right there, and they do, and don't turn it over.
It looks like Pearson and Genenal in there.
They're going to give that carry was Adrian Patterson picking up about 3 on that play.
Well, how many teams do you think huddle anymore?
There's not very many.
No.
Now, we did it last week a little bit. I think we were just trying to take off the clock, but the advantage of it, and we did the same thing back in the day as well, is you actually get to see the defense a little bit longer. There's DJ with a good quarterback keep, good read on that, stepping around the guy crashing in and going to pick up about 4 for DJ.
And Cooper's involved, but then you have Richardson also, number 21, who came down and got between his around his waist. Yeah, I see it more and more. again,
East is doing it too. It gives you an opportunity to try to let the defense not communicate. If you can get lined up quick, if the offensive coordinator or whoever is in the box looking at the defense, they can get a call and see how they're gonna line up. And there's John Randall with a great run right there, slipping and sliding, and a penalty coming in late.
And it looks like number 9
I think
with
they're
the tackle, Pons.
I think they're going to give the first down. I'm not sure who the penalty was on. Coming from the backfield, probably a face mask or something like that. What was it?
Illegal hands to the face.
Illegal hands to the face.
A 5-yard one, so it's not a face mask because that would be 15.
So we're going to give about
unintentional
6.
Face mask.
I think Randall picked up the first down on his own, but then we're going to get about 5 more yards right there on the play.
Yep.
So going back to the I formation right here, they're going to motion out. I don't know if he was going downhill or not, if that was designed.
And that looked kind of like, so East has been running a zone blocking scheme all day to where you read that interior D lineman to see whether you bounce it or cut it back. And I think that's kind of a scheme that Heights just did right there. East was just very gap sound and held them to about 2 yards.
If Coach Jared's running the zone blocking scheme, I'm surprised.
Well, I saw them pregame doing one-on-one blocking.
Okay.
I'd never seen that before.
Yeah. Sometimes there's always a double team on the inside and then a kick-out block. Here's Jaden Patterson.
Oh, and Cooper scoots through in the backfield.
Going to be a loss of 2.
Yep. And he just read those seams clear and cloudy and shot when he saw clear. That's one part of the pregame I always watch because that's what I was in charge of for years, and what I did was the O-line, see what they did. I saw a little bit of double team work for Heights, but then I saw a lot more at East with their double team work and going to the backers.
Going to be 3rd and 10 here. Need about 5 or 6 yards at least to try to even have a chance at a field goal. See what they're going to do. They're going to drop back, and he just takes
they went offsides. What are we going to? Yeah, offsides. And
bailed us out there because that was going to be a sack and maybe a possibly grounding.
Well, and I feel like so. It said number 6 was in the neutral zone. Maybe that's why he was there so fast. So we have.
That really helped out with the Falcons right there. So that's going to be 3rd and 5.
Does that put in Clausen's range?
Well,
he has the wind a little bit.
Yep. And what are they going to say here now?
Looks like
false
a false start.
So, Coach Jared is just chomping at the bit now, I'm sure. I thought they had the edge right there. They went no back, basically no back, saying there's no fullback to try to get 3 guys on the edge on the right side, and they had toss to it. And now it's just right back to where they were, 3rd and 10. I didn't see the false start, but one of those guys up front jumped.
I think it was the left guard. When in doubt, blame the left guard.
There you go. One of those interior guys. So maybe they're going to run toss out to this way now. Or they're going to do a little bootleg possibly, a little screen to R.J. Richard. Going to break a tackle.
And it looks like it's a good tackle by – is that Cooper again? No, I don't think so. 50.
So R.J. Richard picks up the pass, a little almost like a little boot play.
I'm not sure who made that play, but it was a good one. They
are going to go for the field goal, 41-yarder right here for Caden Clausen. If we can get the snap down, a hold, he's got the leg to do it. He's got the leg to do it. Hopefully, we just got to make sure that we have enough time to block.
Yep, and that's the deal. You have a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed on East High. Are they going to go at it? It is up. And it is no good. It is no good.
I couldn't tell. I was looking at the camera to see if it was wide left or wide right. Could you tell? Wide left. I just heard Coach Auer say wide left right there. So
he's listening to you.
So now a little bit different than some of the other games that you see on TV and stuff like that, with the ball going into the end zone. In high school, the ball comes back out to the 20, not to where they kicked it at.
Right. So East High going to go again. Let's see who's back at quarterback. They've had Pham back there. It looks like they're bringing back Mitchell. They started the half with Pham. They have Mitchell. Looks like they're going to run a tunnel screen.
Javon Martin just with the miss.
Running a tunnel screen to King for what it looks like is a gain of 27 yards.
Jalen Hanks with the shove out there on out of bounds. Yeah, pretty good tunnel screen over there on the short side of the field. Fake the jet sweep one way, throwing back to the tunnel screen to the short side of the field, and made a pretty good play up the field here.
Okay, and they have a hand in the dirt tight end. I kind of like seeing that. Two backs in the backfield. There might be a holding call there, but he gets the ball out. He gets the ball out to number 5. You have another penalty. You got flags all over the field.
So I believe was there a holding in the backfield
there
or
was
a late
not.
hit?
They did not
Amarion
call
Wilkins has got to make.
I'm not sure what the penalty. I think it's a peel back block or a hold down here. It's a peel back. So what do we got?
Let's see what he's going to call here.
Blindside.
Number 11, 15 yards from the far foul. Replay first down.
Yep. So
okay.
So
I saw Amarion talking to the official, and I thought that they were going to call something on him. But yeah, the blindside block. You cannot hit a defensive player when they're not looking at you.
Well, and it's also you cannot be facing your own end zone.
Yes.
So if you're facing your own end zone, that's wrong. No matter what you hit. If you hit them with your hands, like it used to be, it's illegal now.
Okay.
So you cannot be facing your end zone when throwing a block.
So you can't even come up and shove them if they're facing the wrong, facing a different direction.
And it's all about player safety. We talked about it a little bit this last week. As players, we used to see it all the time, and we used to be excited when we did it. But we want to make sure this game stays around for a while. So it's going to be err on the player safety. And Nelson gets the handoff and gets
Amarion Wilkins is had to make a great play right there. He comes in the backfield off of his end spot. There's a good shot right there of number 1, Amarion Wilkins. He's about 6'3", 6'4". Let me look at the roster here exactly. It says, 6'3", about 185, 190. And he's a tall guy, and he loves to play off the edge, and he makes that tackle right there. He's got 4 tackles on the night and a sack.
So we're looking at a long second down conversion. 2nd and 32.
Don't see that too often. They're going to go deep, though.
This might be so it's a jump ball, and who comes down with it but the East High receiver, and I wish I could see the number.
Number 10.
Number 10, which is Pham. Which is Pham. So their backup quarterback just got a jump ball, and Pham is a sophomore. No, that's not Pham. 10.
Number 10. Yeah,
number 10. Dalen Jones. My bad, guys.
Yeah, number 10. I mean, there was just the ball was thrown up, and he was, I don't know, he looks the part. He looks 6'2" or so. He looks about 180, 190 at least. And then what's the roster say for him?
He said the roster says for Dalen Jones 6'4", 165.
Okay, 6'4", yes, but he's not 165. He looks like about 190.
Oh, they put their big bruiser back in. Guess what? That's Cooper.
And they're going to try to soak the clock here and try to. This is probably going to be the last play of the quarter here.
I think that was Cooper. Was it Cooper?
And they're going quick right now. Heights defense is on a.
Oh no, that's
down.
number. Is that number 21?
Can't tell.
No, it's definitely not 21. 21's at 5'10".
22. 22. Who's 22?
22 is Tom Balai at DB 5'8", 140. I don't.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So,
I'm not quite sure what number that was.
Yeah, it was 22. I saw a good look at him as he got off the sideline. I got really close to the TV here that we have so I could see who it is.
It says on there 5'8", 140, and I think he's a little bigger than 140.
Yeah, that's not him.
That might be a typo. But
we haven't seen him.
Hard.
We haven't seen him at the running back position yet.
No, he those last two carries were bruising carries. East High going into the fourth quarter. We'll see what the offense has in store. Maybe I can get a.
There's 22. He's not 22. He's right next to number 10.
Is it 22?
Yeah, it was 22 that was carrying it there.
I think it's 23. No, 22. Yeah,
it's 22.
Okay. Well, your roster says he's 5'8", 140.
Yeah, no, he's not 5'8", 140.
Maybe a few years ago. But he's a solid running back, and he came downhill, was breaking tackles, gaining yards.
All right, well, let's see what happens here in the final quarter. Still 8-6. I believe has all the scoring done in the first quarter.
I think so.
I believe it was all done in the first quarter. I know Heights scored on the very first opening drive right down the field, missed the extra point, so they're down by 2. And then East came back, I think, basically the next possession and scored.
East with a stacked doubles look, trying to see what Heights has, and it looks like they're going to run some. Oh, it's a pump and go to number 10. Jones was right through his fingertips. The coverage was there.
And number 1 right there is cramping. That's Adrian Patterson. He was right there on the coverage. Adrian Patterson is listed at 5'10", so a little bit of height advantage for the Aces on that matchup.
Funny how one letter on that sentence makes a big difference.
Right. I was trying to say height, but it's height. You know what I'm saying? Heights.
Oh, yes.
It just rolls off my tongue so easy. I've been here forever.
Yes. It looks like we're going to get a little closer. So they're not splitting anybody out. They have what looks like a wing. And, okay, now you have King going in motion. I guarantee you they're trying to isolate him on the corner, and they're going to throw the ball to him. You have Mitchell rolling out to the right.
He's just going to take off a run.
He can run. Oh, he's going to throw it for a touchdown. East High. And I'm trying to get a number. Number 5.
They're going to give it the touchdown to the Blue Aces. A great throw on the run as he's rolling out.
And, number 5, which is Patterson. 5'10" receiver, junior. And
I thought he was going to take off and run, and then all of a sudden at the last second had a great number.
Well, Mitchell
was
number 15.
Was right there in the corner of the end zone, and they're going to give it to him.
And 2-point conversion's good. That O-line's coming off the ball. And actually, is that number 22? Yeah. Yep.
Whoever that is, we don't know. Anybody in the chat know number 22?
Yeah. Somebody help us out. Mm-hmm.
So right now, 16-6, 10-point lead there for the Blue Aces, and just the basically the opening drive right there of the fourth quarter. I mean, a couple plays there puts them in the end zone. Heights has really got to have to turn this thing around, try to get some broken tackles for some long runs possibly, or they're going to have to try to open it up and throw it down the field, which we don't like to do very well.
We saw last week. Granted, it was against a different team. We saw last week how one player out of position for a defense means touchdown Heights. We saw that last week. There's speed all over the field for Heights, but we've seen that one player out of position can cause a touchdown for Heights in a heartbeat.
Looks like someone answered it was Zach Bryant is his name, if that's correct by the chat.
Let me see if I find it.
Do you have a Zach Bryant on the roster? Maybe he just forgot his number or wearing a different jersey or something like that. And they're going to just try to kick it on the ground, but I believe it's going to be offsides there by the Blue Aces. Probably going to scoot him back for a 5 yards.
I don't have a Bryant on the roster, but you know what? Now that I have his name, when he gets the ball, I can say it. So it was an offsides penalty on East. Someone trying to get a little bit of head start.
Just trying to get a little bit of head start, and they didn't really try to kick it deep. I mean, they don't really want to try to give the ball to John Randall. They're probably going to try to get it to R.J. Richard over there on the side, number 3. Maybe Jaden Patterson
Well, and I definitely wouldn't want to put
Adrian
the ball in
Patterson.
Randall's hand if I'm East High.
But they're going to give it to him unless he lets that ball go out of bounds or all the way into the end zone, and that's what it did.
Yep.
Smart decision right there of letting it go into the end zone. Heights will take it over at the 20.
That was a good kick by Hart. You don't typically see that. Well, you guys over here do with Clausen, but you don't see kick in the end zone very often in a high school football game.
There's a good look right there of R.J. Richard. He was running down there on the kickoff return, and now he's right back out there on the offense at running back. And Heights is going to take over at the 20-yard line. 11:43 left to go here in the game. They're going to be on the far left hash, and they're going to be in looks like a trip formation. And toss it to Randall on the outside.
And good open. I was going to say good open field tackle. Good thing he didn't let him go. That was Pons on the edge.
Well, one thing that you saw last week, that was, again, a gain of about 3. One thing that you saw last week was a big mismatch in athleticism between Heights and North. And then now this week, I mean, it really matches up. So that run right there, if Randall would have had that space last week against North, he probably would have taken it to the house. But East High's got a really good set of players, and he's had some athletes.
Dingle has a good read and takes it for a first down.
And gain of about 8 right there for Dingle.
And it looks like
and
we have
somebody's
someone
down. I can't tell what the number is. It looks like an offensive lineman.
And you hate to see that. Well, I hate to see an offensive lineman down because I typically, as an O-line coach, I'd go out there and I'd have to carry him off. But hopefully we're good. You don't want a lower leg injury. You don't want to. Sometimes
we had a lower leg injury on Monday at the JV game.
Yes.
And they had to call the ambulance, and we had to wait for a long time. So we don't know exactly what happened, and we're still trying to determine who's actually hurt down there.
And it looks like they're evaluating maybe an ankle or something.
Better not be a cramp.
You know what? It probably is.
I know.
Just get him some Gatorade.
Well, it's a nice, cool evening out there. You know, you wouldn't think they'd be cramping up, but
sometimes those are the nights that everyone gets cramps because you don't feel like you need to drink water.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you need to hydrate, and you're still out there exerting.
Well, okay, so there's Depperschmidt giving him a little high five. He looks like he's all right. Doesn't look like he's too hurt. They're rubbing the calf right there. I don't know if he got hit there or what the issue is.
Well, and sometimes, so as an offensive lineman, you're using your legs and you're posting and you're driving. If somebody comes down on the back of your leg, that's a lot of the times you see people get injured with your offensive lineman. They come down, they roll on your ankle. I do see, you know, they were massaging the calf, so maybe a cramp, but. When you look at O-line injuries, it's a lot of being rolled up on, and that's kind of scary when you have you're a big boy and you get someone rolling up on you. So this does give opportunity for both teams to water up.
We actually got the principal and the AD down there now.
Funny story about your principal.
Eric Felipe, the new principal, first year here. He's in the black jacket with the face mask and the red and black hat right there. And I did see the athletic director walking there too, but I'm not sure exactly
he's
where
over
he's
with
at.
the officials, and now he's walking over.
There he is. There's Coach Church.
He's not the biggest fella. You might miss him.
So what's the story with Felipe?
Okay, so Felipe was a teacher at North. He was actually my freshman football coach.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, so he knows football. He knows sports. He's a big sports guy. I love Eric Felipe. He is a great man. Good family.
Give it up for George Hervey, who's coming off the side. He's just limping it off right there. Hopefully he'll be all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, great man, great family. He actually graduated from Heights. He is a Heights alum.
Yes, he is.
He graduated with my second cousin went to Heights.
There you go.
Same class.
Okay.
So they graduated the same class. They wrestled together. So And another piece of tidbit, he wore number 62 in college. I wore number 62.
Did you wear that because of Eric Filippi?
I wore that because that's what my college coach told me to wear.
Okay, gotcha.
But I still liked it. So
just a little quick screen right there to completion to Chase Harris on the outside. His first completion for the night really didn't go anywhere.
And, you know, just the swarming East High defense.
Going to bring up second and long, 2nd and 11 right here. Heights has got to try to figure something out to try to get a drive going here and see what they can do. There's fullback, quarterback.
The ball is out. The ball is out, and I think East High has it. The way people are on the field, it looks like they have it. And who comes up with it but number 4, which is Osusami. And again, I'm sorry for I'm butchering names. But he's been all over the field as supporting in the safety role, and he comes up with a big recovery here.
Well, that was DJ Dingle right there on the fumble. He ran the midline up the middle. Great read, and then he just got into some, 2 guys hit him from the side right there and just coughed it up. And this is where East could put the nail in the coffin right here, as you would say a lot of times, if they can score here, and they could really put a damper on this game. So
Nelson has the ball, and he looks like he's going to run the ball for about 11. There is a penalty flag. I have a feeling Heights jumped off sides.
Let's see what it is. I thought it was Jaden Caldwell that was up there close to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what they call, though. I didn't think he jumped off sides.
Holding, okay.
There you go. So that's going to be almost a 20-yard penalty because he gained 10, but remember, it's on a holding penalty. It's from the spot of the foul, so they're going to go back. It's going to be about 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 22 or so on that.
So a holding call.
First down. Still first down.
Yeah. A holding call negates a good run. It took a little time off the clock, but it's definitely going to make it harder for East to sustain a drive, having to go 20 yards on the first thing. And you know what? Remember what I told you about being a tackle instead of a center?
Yeah, they see you.
They see everything.
Yeah,
you do.
yeah. You're not covered up by those other things, those other guys around you.
So, okay, Mitchell drops back to pass. It looks like it was tipped. And dropped.
Pretty good concept right there. They had double receivers to the top side, and they ran the inside receiver off and just confused the Heights defense. Yep. And the outside guy just ran a little in route at about 10 yards and just dropped the ball.
And it was right there.
Right at him.
To hit your hands, you got to catch the ball.
Going to bring up 2nd and 20 now.
Shouldn't have had that popcorn earlier.
Got a little greasy hands there on that one.
All right, looks like we have doubles to the right and 2 backs in the backfield. I would imagine one of these guys is going to go in motion. Yep, so an orbit motion by number 5.
And they're going to call delay a game.
No, we have a timeout.
Timeout? Did they call timeout just in time?
They did. I saw.
Yeah, they don't want to go back any farther. Right now it's 2nd and 20.
See, and the so it looks like so we got the Heights cheerleaders down there trying to get the parents who are in the stands for senior night.
We actually have a few parents here because it is senior night. Parents were allowed to stay. They are social distancing, and there's a lot of people all spread out all over. I would say maybe 40.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that.
Yeah, and they're all spread out, so they're all observing the social distancing, and they're here for the senior night. This is a big night for these senior football players and then all the fall sports, because we want to make sure you honor the seniors. They put in so much time at these schools, and being an athlete in a high school is not. I mean, you do so much more than just someone who doesn't do any other extracurricular. So
Screen
it looks like we have
set up right there, perfectly set up.
To Nelson, who is keeping his feet moving, and he is going to be – that's going to be a gain of
probably about 15. 16 or so. Looks like it's going to bring up about 3rd and 4, but what a great call right there.
Yep.
They kind of rolled out one way. I thought they were going to go, and all of a sudden I didn't see it coming, and they had the screen set up. That's a great call there by the offensive coordinator for the Aces.
I was looking for the back that motioned out to the right.
Yes, well, that's the whole key part
So we
of
have
it.
quads. Okay.
And they're just going to run a quick little screen right there, and that's just like a run play right there.
Oh, and we have
little pitch and catch.
We have a penalty flag coming in from center field. I think he may have saw a hold on the edge. Let's see what it is before we say it. Holding from
There it was
the
right
spot,
there.
Holding from the spot, which it negates a first down.
Well, and that play right there is just like a run, a simple run. They had trips over there to the short side of the field, and they just throw it to the backside guy, and the front guys are going ahead. If he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage, those guys can go ahead and block in front of the line of scrimmage. So that's why that's a great little throw and catch. Here's a good look of what East has been doing several times tonight. The backs line up, and the offensive linemen, I think they're probably just getting like a run pass call or a run pass blocking scheme or something.
I think what they're doing, and it's a counter right there, Nelson. Is he going to get enough for the first down? Are they going to give it to him?
I think
he's
they
got
are.
It. He got a 7-yard gain there, and I think they're going to give enough for the first.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the old GT counter. I'm not sure how East
Guard
is getting
tackle?
their calls. Yeah.
There you
guard
go.
tackle, GT.
There you go.
Backside guard, backside tackle will pull. That guard will kick out whoever's released. The tackle will wrap up underneath and try to find a scraping linebacker.
Well, that worked right there because they picked up a good, a perfect third down. Here's a quick
Mitchell
out
with the
outside.
Quick out to,
Nice throw and catch to the outside.
and is that number 5, which is it number 5 or 3? It's 5, so Patterson for about 6 yards.
Going to bring up about 2nd and 4.
Well, it's 7. So
All right,
second
we'll
and
say
3.
2nd and 3.
It looks like there's a little confusion on the East High. They have 17 seconds, so as long as they get there.
They got enough time to get set. That's the nice thing about not huddling. If you make a mistake, you can get lined up real quick.
Right. It looks like it's a straight
Going
pass.
deep to the
Going
corner.
Deep to the corner. You have number
Out
3
of bounds.
that just doesn't get inside.
I think he caught it,
he caught it,
but out of bounds.
but he did not land in bounds. The ball kind of got away from Mitchell on that one. He had a step on it, the corners. That was a well-designed play. I think Mitchell just let that ball sail a little bit. So we're going to look at a 3rd and about 3. They brought their big back in. They bought.
Yeah,
now
they're
going to
give it downhill.
Number 22, Bryant, and
They're just gonna give him
downhill
the
and just
ball.
let him run bully ahead for a 6-yard gain and a first down.
Made by tackle there by John Randall. His second tackle of the night.
So
He's playing some corner out there. They got to get it. They got to get somebody that can cover some of their big receivers out on the edge.
Oh, and there's a fumble by Mitchell, and Mitchell's just going to kind of run with it to minimize the damage, and he gets a loss.
Yeah, about a loss of about 4 or 5. I don't think they were wanting the ball to be snapped.
No.
East coach is way screaming out there on the field. He's got. There you go. There's the flag. There's the flag as well. Several flags. He might be ejected or something for running out onto the field.
And yeah, you have some East coaches on the field and giving some choice words.
It wasn't, and it's not the head coach. The head coach
No.
might give a little leniency to running out on the field, but that was one. There's Mr. Ockpin right there. He's talking to the officials.
Yeah, and there a lot of the times there's a little leeway when it comes to assistants. But as an assistant, I knew I wasn't supposed to stand on the field.
Yes.
And I know during a play I wasn't supposed to be on that white.
There was sportsmanlike conduct on the east sideline. There'll be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It'll be second down. We also have a timeout for East. That's second charge to the half.
Now,
So the penalty against him. So 15 yards after the play. So they ran out of bounds and lost 5 on the bad snap. And I think the coach was just upset that he was upset that I think the center might have snapped it earlier or something because nobody looked like they were ready. And then they just ran around and lost 5, and then the coach just kind of lost it there, lost control, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
he's just getting stretched out. we got a picture of the Heights huddle. We got, a lot of these players have played a minute, so right now they might be cramping up a little bit. East is. I'm not sure exactly what would have drawn that. And we have another penalty flag on the East High sideline.
We'll see what happens here.
Yep. And we have another penalty on East High sideline. Hey, go ahead and get the white hat.
Yeah, just watch the white hat. We'll see what we got. Probably another sideline warning, possibly. And they're just trying to play some music as they try to get this settled out. And looks like the official's going to have a talk with the athletic director.
Yeah. And
I'm not sure what the discussion is there. Was there an ejection?
And what would happen is if it was on the same coach, 2 unsportsmanlike gets you kicked out.
Right.
So just like if a player were to get 2 unsportsmanlike, if a coach were to get 2 unsportsmanlike, they get removed from the game. So I'm guessing that's exactly what Coach Church is talking to the White Hat about. And it looks like the East High staff is doing the right thing as far as what they need to do right now. Coach Akpan is asking for some clarification before we get started, and Coach Dingle's down asking for clarification as well.
Yeah, you see both coaches right there with 2 unsportsmanlike conducts on the sideline. I mean, it's going to bring up. Is it still first down?
No. Yes, it's still first down. It is. I think it is way more than 1st and 20 right now. Our scoreboard's not quite right because the first down is at the 4. The ball is at the 49. So it looks like we have 1st and 45.
Right now.
Right now.
Coach Akpan is still kind of arguing the call. He's got to settle down. There's a East High administrator right there, right behind him, Tom Perkins, and I'm sure he's listening intently to make sure that nothing is said wrong and those types of conversations between the official and the head coach.
And Mr. Perkins is actually
a former North guy.
He was at North for a while. I got to play several rounds of golf with him this summer. He's a great guy. His daughter Hannah is actually the head golf coach for the girls at East.
I'm not sure why they're really listening to this anymore. They need to just make a decision and let's move on with this.
Yep.
But they're just continuing to talk.
So,
I mean, this has literally been at least 5 minutes here. Them arguing, they're making a decision.
Yep.
I think he's saying something about timeout.
So maybe he said that they didn't call a timeout. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on there. But they're trying to get clarification. Dingle down is just trying to make sure his staff stays well, and it looks like we're going to get back to the ball game.
All right, brings up about 1st and about 50 or so. We'll see what happens. And I think they snapped the ball without actually blowing the whistle for play. Or maybe Coach Dingle's trying to talk to him about what's going on. See, he was. I think Coach Dingle. I don't know if we can get Coach. There's Coach Dingle right there, talking to the officials now. I think he's trying to get some clarification exactly what happened. Was there any timeouts? What's the scoreboard say for timeouts? So we still have 3 on ours, and they have 1 left. Okay, so our scoreboard's correct. Little dashes down there below the names are the timeouts for each team.
Hey,
there it goes. Looks like they got the clarification. Now we'll go back to play. It looks like. But I would say probably coming back here from a long penalty. They're in that stack formation up top. Look for a quick screen, maybe a backwards pass run here. And there's 3 guys on 2 really over there on that side.
And what they did is they looked at the numbers. It looked like
they're going deep.
Had some numbers, and he He had a step. It kind of got away from him. So that was Mitchell again back there throwing it. First and 45. Well, hold up.
I'm trying to see who
third and 45. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who the defender was there for the Falcons. It was a great play of shoving them out of bounds. I believe that was number 9, Jaden Hamilton, over there on the top corner spot. Yeah, and that was Jaden Hamilton did an excellent job at the corner spot, just kind of trailing him and pushing him out of bounds as he ran up the field, bringing up third and about 50.
Yep. So it looks like East has to get to the 4-yard line to get a first down.
And they're just going to run a quick screen. Not a bad.
Try to get the athlete in front, and it looks like we got another penalty flag.
There's another penalty block. Nope, they're not going to call it, but he's ran all the way across the other side of the field.
And there's a penalty flag there. It almost was a horse collar on there. If the Heights guy would have taken him down with that, it would have been a horse collar, 15 yards.
Yeah, and that's
automatic first down.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you got to be careful on that.
I know you want to. It was
Let's see what
probably
he's
a
got.
heads up.
Number 11. That penalty is applied. Goal plus. 4 seconds.
There you go. So they're going to decline the penalty that was right here in front of Heights' bench on about the 40-yard line or so. And I'm assuming they're going to punt here.
Yeah, they have their punter in the game. So
okay.
Number 11 is their punter. He's done really good as far as punting and kicking off. We'll see if they get it to Randall. I mean, again, he was
Randall's at about the 15-yard line or so.
If I remember right, Randall was first team All-City
specialist last year as a freshman.
As a returner.
Yes.
I sat in on that meeting and did some consulting with Coach Mosier, and we didn't. Yeah, we knew.
Get in the end zone. Okay.
We knew as a team not to kick to him. We kicked out of bounds the entire game.
Well, and that right there was a great kick, just kicking it all the way in the end zone, didn't let him have an opportunity. I thought maybe if he would have maybe ran over on the 10-yard line, maybe had an opportunity to catch it. But now Heights has got to go 80 here and then get some more points because they're missing that they missed that extra point there early on.
Yep, it is a 2-score ball game right now for Heights
and 7:26 remaining is we're right on with the scoreboard. So again, our clock, our timeouts, our stuff, our down and distance is not official. We're doing the best we can to give that opportunity for you, and we appreciate Caleb over there running that scoreboard and doing an excellent job here tonight. But Heights has got to go a long ways in a short amount of distance, and that's one thing that they don't do very well. But they're going to try it right here with a rocket toss out to John Randall.
And he gets swallowed up by, again, a swarming East.
Randall bringing up, he carry about 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5 here. Heights staying in their tight formation. Going to run a little bit of midline. He's carrying it hard, high and tight right there, picking up a few yards. Going to bring up about 3rd down and 1. He's going to gain about 4 there.
Looks like tackled by, was it number 9?
Heights has got to hurry. Clock is really going to be a determining factor for them. And East just got to make sure that they don't let the home run play happen. And there's John Randall right there picking up about 10 yards.
They tripped up. It looked
we're
like
we're going to give Randall about 9 on that carry.
And then AJ King number 9, Pons. So when they're looks like Heights is attacking the right side. They're right. East left, and Pons is doing a good job holding his ground.
And they're going to drop straight back, looking for a pass. DJ's going to scramble, running to the left. He's going to pick up quite a few yards, run out of bounds.
And he's got
a first down of about 12, 13 yards. Good decision right there by DJ of not throwing the ball up for a chance for a turnover on that decision right there. You saw the drop back. They were looking for maybe a quick fade or something like that on the edge, and DJ decided nothing's open. And first game of the season, I remember I'm watching the West High game, and he did that. He stepped back and just let it fly and an interception. So he learned from his mistake there, and now they're going to try to give him a chance, throw the quick out just a little bit high right there on the out.
It looked like you had somebody over top open down the field.
Yeah, looking for Chase Harris there on the out. I believe that was Elijah Mosley. No, wait, that's number 1. That was Adrian Patterson that was streaking down the field. I just think maybe the defender might have came off and as he saw the out route being thrown.
Yeah.
But they're still sticking with the three receivers to the side. They probably going to run a little toss right here to the outside and just get the defensive end on the east just really controlled that edge and did not let Randall get on the outside right there. Randall's only going to pick up about 2 or 3 there.
He kept the outside contained and was able to turn Randall back inside where he knew he had help. That's one thing about this. Well, typically they're a 4-2-5, but they've turned it into a 4-4. The big thing is trying to keep outside contained. Your help is inside.
And coming with a counter, can they get by? Not able to get by right there.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to say Cooper again.
Cooper. He just does an excellent job right there of going with the down blocks and following those offensive linemen. On a counter play, the offensive lineman will tell you where the play is going if you just follow your keys. And so that's exactly what he did an excellent job, is getting hands on those offensive linemen. Heights going for it here on 4th and 10. Got to. And going over the top, has a wide open receiver. Going to be on the 1 yard line.
Touchdown saving tackle by, it looks like Pond, but they let him get behind him.
I cannot believe they let him get behind. We're going to give that pass right there for about 45 yards. Just threw it up. I mean, that was 4th and 10, and you know that's the only opportunity they had. They had the out covered, and the corner just let the defender go. Let's see if Heights can punch it in here real quick. And we're gonna get a false start on us, so now we're gonna move back a few yards. I believe that's John Randall kind of kneeling over there. Oh, they're gonna say offsides on the defense. Okay, great. I thought I saw us move, but they're gonna call that on Heights or on East, and it's gonna be about on the 1 yard line right there. Heights needs to punch this in. You know, Randall was taking a knee a little bit. I just counted up, he's got 16 carries on the night. Make it 17. He's going to try to get in and run in, and I don't think he made it.
And guess who's there? It's Cooper. Yep. So Cooper with a stop in the hole, and he was not going to let Randall get in.
Well, one of the Heights guys was trying to be a little respectful and say good play. He had none of it. Yeah, Heights guy was trying to be you know.
Oh.
And now we've got unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike by who?
On East. Talking. And, I mean.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense for the 25. Ball play back to distance to the goal.
Well,
and the rule is that you get 2. If you as a player get 2, you get tossed.
Right.
You can get, the team in general can get as many as
they need
to.
Yeah. But, you know, the coach had 2 unsportsmanlikes, and then the players get 2 unsportsmanlikes. You know, players usually follow coaches.
They do. So we have a
Heights scores 16-12.
And that's 2 rushing touchdowns for him.
So we will definitely go. I'm assuming we'll go for the extra point here to make it a 3-point score, so that if we have the opportunity, we'll have a field goal. Right now we're down by 4, and that's what they're doing.
Because either way.
The Heights is gonna. They can stop East here, then have an opportunity, at least have an opportunity for Caden Clausen to get a field goal if he can make this one. The first one was off the upright after we were just praising him for a 10 for 10.
Yep, and there he goes.
Last week, and he makes it.
You just had to say that after he kicked the ball this time.
I know it. I said it a little too early. But we are going into a little bit of a breeze, so we're going to have to get the ball probably inside the 20, close to the 25. That'll probably be about his distance.
So the score is actually 13-16. I wonder, are we going to watch the most exciting play in football? The onside kick? No? Maybe?
4:14 remaining. I would say no with Caden Clausen, and if he can get it down there a little bit, make them drive. You know, they got to get it on their side.
Yeah.
If we go for an onside kick and he's recovered, they're automatically on their side.
Right.
And then we still make a stop. Now we still have to go 60. I think the best bet here in this decision, if I was the head coach, I would try to kick it deep and try to make a stop down on about the 20 or 30 if at all possible, and then try to get the ball back, make a couple stops. I think it's just a little too early. If it was like a minute left, I think there's definitely onside kick. But with 4 minutes, I think there's plenty of time to probably kick it deep here.
Well, it's 4 minutes, and Heights has all 3 of their timeouts.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to kick it deep, and it's not going to go in the end zone. Let's get a little
It's going to
back
get a
spin.
good bounce for Heights. And
yes, right there.
Pond goes down and about
That was an unbelievable.
They're going to give it to him at the 9.
Caden Clausen just brought out his wedge right there. The ball hit at about the 10-yard line and backed up. He's a heck of a golfer, by the way, too. He's on the Heights. He's on the Heights golf team.
Okay.
In the springtime, and right there, he just used his little sand wedge right there and made that ball stop on a dime. That was a great kick by Caden Clausen.
Maybe he can help me out. I don't know how to get backspin.
I can't do it either.
Half the time it doesn't get off the ground when I hit it either. So maybe that'll help me too.
Well, this is Heights defense has got to make the stop here with 4:11 remaining here in this game.
Okay, and they motion out to a trips look. And it looks like we have Nelson with the ball with the carry, and he's breaking tackles, but he's going to only get about a yard on the carry.
We're going to give the tackle right there to number 44, Jaden Caldwell. He came up hard and making that tackle on the far side right there. And going to bring up 2nd and 8 right here. So we'll see what happens here. 17 seconds on the play clock, 15 now. They're just trying to get the play in. I think they're trying to take as much time as they can, but they're going to have to hurry here. Now 10 seconds remaining.
Oh, and it's that no huddle offense, but are they going to be able to run it well enough to get the ball off in time? 2, 1, 0. No,
they didn't
they're going to
get
call it. Oh, did East get the timeout off? It looks like they're going to say East got their last timeout off.
Yeah, so that's going to be the last timeout for East. So it is going to be time. There it is. There's the timeout. So no more timeouts for East. I thought they were going to run down, and I didn't think they'd get the play off, and they didn't. I thought if they didn't call the timeout, they were going to call definitely a delay of game.
Yes. Well, you had the side judge who was yelling, doing the timeout, and you have 2 of the other officials who were looking at the play clock that threw the flag.
Yep. So there's the Heights cheerleaders. They're excited. The senior parents that are here. The dance team is still down there in front. They're cheering on the team that's around. So let's see if Heights can make a big stop right here. And at 2nd and 8. And they're just going to give downhill run.
They're going to give it to Nelson, who's a hard runner, and they're going to stop him just short. 1 yard left, so it looks like that was an 8-yard gain.
Yep, going to go quick here. All they need is 1 yard. I would blitz these linebackers up the middle here to try to get a stop. You know that they're going to just try to hand it off right up the gut to pick up the first down. Yeah, they can't call timeout. I don't know what they're trying to do.
Well, what they're doing is I was going to say they were getting the clock, but
there it is right there, first down.
First down, and
now Heights calls timeout. Needed to try to get that stop right there, but now Heights will probably use all their timeouts, at least the next 2 of them, as they try to maybe save 1 possibly to get the field goal unit on if they have to.
And
So 1st and 10 for the Aces, 2:24 remaining. Heights really needs a stop right here. Just call the timeout.
We have trips to the boundary. It looks like they put the big boy back in. They put number 22, Bryant, in, and they're just going to go downhill.
Yeah, they're going to give him the ball probably every play. I mean, it's a smart move on their part. Heights is really going to have to try to make a stop here. Not going to call timeout right now. If East can pick up another first down. I just don't know if Heights has enough to stop it.
Well, and the scary part about East is if you load the box, they still have all those receivers out there.
Yes,
So-
and you could just throw a quick little screen to the outside.
And you have numbers. Yep. So that's the scary part about East in this situation. So they're also not going to give them any way to read. So it looks like it's going to be
Heights
another
is
run,
bringing up the blitz. There's a
and-
Marion Wilkin
but
with
they
the tackle.
Picks up the first down, lowers his shoulder. Number 22, Bryant.
Marion Wilkin picking up another tackle. He's got 5 tackles on the night and a sack.
It looks
And
like
Heights is
gonna
gonna
take their second time
Take
out.
their second time out here. Problem is we got, let's see what we got left on the clock. We got 1:32 here. And giving it to the big bruiser back right there for East. It's going to be, we're going to need a stop, timeout.
or even a strip or something.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have enough time to get the ball back because with only one timeout and it's first down right now.
Yes.
Because they can soak it up. I mean, as soon as, and here's how the 45-second clock, is it 45 or 40? I always forget.
40.
It's 40 seconds. So as soon as the play is dead, stop for play, the 40-second begins. And the offense has 40 seconds to snap the ball before the clock ends.
Right.
It used to be they had it was
25.
25 seconds, but they had to set the ball to play.
Right.
Well, now it's always at the end of the play, 40 seconds is gone, and then they'll 40 seconds to get the ball off. So let's see what happens here. 1st and 10. Heights will probably, if they can get the play here, get a stop. They'll probably use their last timeout, I believe, on this one. They're going to send the house.
They're giving it to Nelson, who then gets about 5 yards, and I think that Dingle is going to go ahead and stop the clock one more time.
Yep.
If you're a coach, what are you telling your players?
Well, you got to go for the ball here.
Yes.
Be smart. Try to make the most of it as best you can right here. I just think that Heights might not have enough time left on the clock to get this ball back. With being where we at on the time wise, 1:23.
So that's basically two 40-second clocks,
Yeah.
and that's if you stop the play within 3 seconds of it starting.
Right. Well, I think what you're going to have to do is come off the edge. You're going to have to send a couple blockers in. Yeah, you're going to have to strip the ball. Yeah, you're kind of giving the stripping the motion of ripping the ball out. They're going to have to go for the ball here to try to get this turnover here. And if I'm East, I'm just going to give it to big number 22 and let him rumble and get a few more yards.
Yep, so here we go. Second, and it looks about 5. 2nd and 5 from the 41. 1:23 to go. No timeouts for either team. I think it's safe to say this is the ball game right here.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 2 more plays ran for sure.
So they give it. Oh, Mitchell keeps it on the power read and gets
There's
about
Hanks.
2.
Jalen Hanks on the tackle.
I didn't think they had another timeout, did they? I guess they. It looks like the scoreboard said he had another timeout.
So we must have been off on one.
on ours.
But I just thought that they had 3 at the beginning of this, and then we must have missed one. So
Yeah.
they're going to give them one more timeout here, and now I think if they can make this stop, Heights is going to get the ball back. Not going to be a lot of time left on the clock. With is it 1:16 on the clock? Yep, 1:16.
So you're looking at, you have a play, a 40-second clock, and then whatever comes after.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3 here.
You have
Okay.
doubles. I would imagine they're going to give it to Bryant and just have him go downhill.
And he
and
did
then-
run over Javon Martin, but
he did
the
not
Heights
get the
defense was
first
there.
down. It's going to be a 4th down. They have to snap the ball. The time differential is about 30 seconds. Yep. Time differential between the play clock and the game clock is about 30 seconds.
So we're going to get the ball. We're going to get the opportunity here for a punt return, and that was the Javon Martin with the tackle, and then he kind of ran over but made the tackle, and then the Heights defense came over there and made the stop. Now I believe that Coach Ockpin is just going to take the delay of game and let every second run off because he does not have a timeout.
Right.
And this kind of using the good smart decision here on his part by making that. So they're going to be a delay of game, and then right now they have 25 seconds.
So now,
As soon as they set the ball, there'll be 25 seconds that they've got to get back out there and snap the ball.
So essentially they use that as a timeout.
Right.
They took the delay, and they're telling their coverage team, 1, stay in your lanes. 2, don't let that number 5 get the ball. Because he could be the difference between a win and a loss.
Well, they're sending 2 guys back there. Maybe a reverse, maybe fake reverse, maybe.
No, number 9.
Number 9, Jaden Hamilton. Yeah, they got to put 2 guys back there because they want to have a return. Right now, they don't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. Okay, there they go. Now they're going up there on the line of scrimmage. Last time had a pretty good punt, really deep. And get another good punt right there over the head, and they're going to down it inside the 5-yard line.
And they are downed at the 2-yard line.
Oh.
At the 2-yard line. So, 15 seconds to play.
Did he throw something on the ground? Did he say it goes in the end zone or no?
Nope. Oh, sorry, 21.9 seconds left. So, you can essentially have 3 plays?
Yeah, they'll probably run, try to have a quick little pass or something like that of some sort.
Sideline.
If they can, but, they got to go 98 yards with 21 seconds left, and it's going to be hard for us to do that. We'll see what happens here.
No, and you're going to have a penalty on Heights. You're going to have a penalty on Heights for too many people on the field.
Had a quick
not Heights, sorry. East, my bad. Penalty on East for too many on the field. Gives them a little bit because they had people running on and off. There's a little confusion on who.
Well, did we take any seconds off the clock? No, 19 seconds off the clock. There was 22 just a second ago. So.
Yeah. Gives them a little room. But
little room for play.
93 instead of 97.
Yeah.
93 instead of 98, sorry.
Trying to talk to him, trying to get the last play. Drop back for DJ.
It almost looked like they were going for the hook and lateral there.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to do with those slot backs, just trying to run a quick little hitch, and DJ just threw it a little bit high.
Well, he had 2 East High players in his face.
Yeah,
right
he
there.
didn't have any chance of getting that one off.
I actually saw the hook and lateral in effect during the JV game on Monday.
Yeah, we did run that, I think, one time on the JV game.
Yep.
Here's 1st and 10 for the Falcons.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. He's going to.
And it's going to be
and he's almost running backwards.
And he's going to be taken down inside.
Well, they're going to say it was all the way out to about the 10.
They're telling them
but they're going to run the clock. Yeah, he was inside. And they don't have any timeouts left, so they've got to hurry up, maybe
5,
spike it maybe.
4, 3, 2.
Just going to run toss. Halfback pass.
Halfback pass. Intercepted by number 4. And he goes down. East High ball game. And
now that's disrespect right there, in my opinion. Going over there and clapping in front of the
that is
total disrespect.
That's like it's kind of like school on Sunday, no class.
Good win by the East Aces. Didn't need to end it like that with disrespect of charging the sideline over here at East High or at Heights High.
But you know what? I commend the heads of Heights players because lesser young men would have jawed back, ran after, and tried to do it. So it looks like we have a final score of Wichita East 16, Wichita Heights 13.
And Heights is, I don't know if you guys can see a great shot of that, but there's a good shot right there of how sportsmanship should be done. Of Heights is waving, just like they've done every week.
Yes.
They've gone to the hashes and congratulated each team, and that's the way it's done right there. Heights Falcons in style and respect for the other team. In my opinion, disrespect on the east sideline right there on that and their players. So, but a good win for the Blue Aces. And we will be here next week for the next game.
Which is I believe, Northwest.
We got Northwest next week.
Heights has Northwest, who put 92 on North tonight.
Oh man, 92-0 against North.
92-0 against North High School. They started the third quarter 86-0.
Yeah.
Well,
it'll be a tough road ahead for the Falcons as they will go 2-0 in the first 2 weeks. Lost this one here 16-13 to a good team, East High. Be looking forward to the East High and Northwest. And when is that played? Do you know?
East High Northwest is on the 16th. So the next game is basically the next week, next Friday, Southeast.
At South.
At South, and then they play Northwest at Northwest and end with West at South.
Yep. So we got Northwest and then South and then Southeast in the next few weeks. So, Mitch, it was good having you this week. You coming back next week?
I definitely am. This
All
is
right.
a great game to call. I always appreciate the high production quality that you put on here, Matt. And again, I always love watching Dominic coach.
Yeah.
Again, when I was coaching against him, I hated him.
Yep.
But as soon as we're off the field, I know what a quality person he is. And he's definitely one of the best people I know. So.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. We will be, I think our next live stream is Monday night. We do have Monday night freshman and JV games here against East. I think there's a JV game. I'm not sure. Actually, I think it's just a JV game and no freshman game, East High. You would think that with that many players that they would have a freshman and a JV game. But, again, I'm not 100% positive, but I think there's just a JV game on Monday. If not, we'll see you guys back here next Friday. Thanks again for tuning in and watching the game.